Good morning from Anaheim. We are in Southern California for UFC 298. Alexander Volkanovski defending his featherweight title against undefeated Ilia Topuria in the main event. One of the most important featherweight matchups we have seen in years, and there is a ton of firepower on this card. This is the weigh-in show. 22 fighters set to step on that scale. We will be here for all of it. The champ, Alexander Volkanovski, and others set to join us as well. Welcome to the official 298 weigh-in show in Anaheim from the Honda Center. And we have our staple, Laura Sanko, here as well. Bobby King Green set to fight Jim Miller at UFC 300 in the house, and he is nattily attired. Bisping is a Hall of Famer, but he's wearing a damn T-shirt. I mean, Bobby's just upstaging all of us. I'm wearing a T-shirt, too.
I mean, look at this guy. Looks absolutely phenomenal. As always, the jewelry, the gold, the rings, the smile.
Well, thank you. I came
the better glasses.
That's not Bobby King Green. That is Robert King Green. The fourth.
I came to say hello, sign some autographs, kiss some babies, you know.
Well, you may have to spin the wheel of doom. RJ Clifford of SiriusXM fame going to be here with us as well. You know what we do here on the weigh-in show? We have fun, Sanko. We have a lot lined up, a lot in store, but our purpose here to get you ready for UFC 298, which is right around the corner, coming up on Saturday. Let's take a look at what is going down with the early prelims. 15th ranked Andrea Lee and Miranda Maverick in the curtain jerker. Back-to-back welterweight bouts. Oban Elliott making his UFC debut against Val Woodburn, and two talented rookies in the featured early prelim, Zhang Min Yang against Bredson Ribeiro. Just 3 fights in the prelims because we lost the Marcos Rogerio de Lima and Justin Taffa fight. It was canceled because of a Taffa injury, but we do have undefeated Rinya Nakamura looking to push his record to 9-0 against tough alum Carlos Vera. And in the featured prelim, recent title challenger Amanda Lemos taking on Mackenzie Dern in a battle of top 10 strawweights. On the main card, man, we're kicking this off with some thunder. A great matchup here. Anthony Fluffy Hernandez against Roman Kopylov, both riding 4-fight win streaks. How about this fight? Merab Dvalishvili and Henry Cejudo facing off for a potential title shot in the near future. Jeff Hands of Steel Neal will be taking on the streaking Ian Machado Gary, perhaps his toughest test yet. In the co-main event, Robert Whittaker taking on Paulo Costa. And of course, our main event, our featherweight title fight, Alexander Volkanovski against Ilia Topuria. This is going to be fun. And with that, we bring in the voice of the UFC. John Anik is with us now. And this is an important title fight, Anik. I believe you said it on your podcast that this could be the most important fight this division has seen in a long time because it's really going to shake things up. And it looks like Volk has had a lot of fun this week, kind of playing up that old man thing that he could be done.
Well, it's great to be with you guys. Great to see King Green on the official weigh-in show set. There has been so much shine on UFC 299 and UFC 300, and I think rightfully so, but lost in that noise and shuffle is the fact that this main event at UFC 298 singularly might be the biggest, best fight that we can put on. And I think a lot of that speaks to just the quality of the challenger. I know this self-believing Spaniard has put off a little bit of the fan base by suggesting that certain guys maybe wouldn't be worthy of a title shot in the future or calling for a first-round knockout. I think in some part he's just selling the fight, but make no mistake about it. This kid has championship mettle. He has all the skills requisite of being a UFC champion. And I've said repeatedly, even if he doesn't get the job done Saturday night against the consensus greatest featherweight of all time, I do believe it's an eventuality that Ilia Topuria will be a UFC champion. But he's got a huge test in front of him, and age is just a number. I think you get a prime Alexander Volkanovski here Saturday night.
Well, and Volk seems to be playing with him back and forth well, but you led into my next question. Ilia Topuria stealing the belt, saying this will be one of the easiest fights of his career. Yes, it is promotion, but do you get a sense when you sit down with him that he truly believes some of the things he's saying?
He believes in himself. He certainly believes skill for skill, that he's a better mixed martial arts athlete than Alexander Volkanovski. He believes he has more finishing ability. This guy was Greco-Roman wrestling at 4 years old. He has had a lifetime of work, even though he's only 27 years of age. I don't believe he believes at his core that he's going to knock Alexander Volkanovski out in round one. I think there's going to be a little bit of a feeling out process. But even Volkanovski in our fighter meeting was appreciative of Topuria's ability to pump up this fight and sell this fight. So I think there is certainly confidence bordering on cockiness, but I think he just believes in himself and all of his skills. And he's been working in silence for a long time, right? The kid's got over 2 million Instagram followers, and he hasn't had to step out of who he really is. So I can't wait for this fight. One more sleep.
Whitaker and Paulo Costa. Obviously, Whitaker has been very open about how he felt he wasn't necessarily ready for the firepower that Dricus du Plessis brought to the octagon his last time out. He always seems like a pretty focused guy, but maybe some extra focus this time around as he's not looking forward. He's solely focused on the now.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Robert Whitaker was born in 1990, so a lot of people are suggestive that this might be the beginning of the twilight of his career. I still think skill for skill, he might be the best mixed martial arts athlete in totality in this middleweight division. So I'm excited to see what Robert Whitaker can do. I'm a little bit surprised that he is as big a betting favorite as he is, because anyone who has followed anything that's come out of my mouth when it comes to Paulo Costa, love the human being. I know he hasn't always been able to make the walk, and maybe he hasn't always been the easiest to deal with promotionally, but he's a 5-tool player as well. And what an opportunity for Paulo Costa to fight a guy in Robert Whitaker who might be as beloved as any fighter on the roster. So it's a great co-main event, and you know, I just think Paulo Costa may be a little bit more live than the betting line indicates. All
right, he is the voice of the UFC, John Anik. You have work to do. Thank you for joining us and having some fun with us on the weigh-in show, my friend.
Thank you, guys.
So we are hearing that all 4 fighters from the main and co-main event are going to be the first to weigh in, so that's good news as they get ready to hit the scale. Let's talk about the main event here, Bisping, for a minute.
Yes.
With Volk and Ilia Topuria. You know, one of the most interesting aspects of this fight to me with a guy like Topuria who has never lost before is how he reacts to adversity when there is adversity, essentially for the first time in UFC career, if that happens, right? How his corner reacts, how he reacts.
Yeah.
Is that one of the bigger questions for you?
Well, it is, but the reality is, will he see any adversity? Because if we listen to Topuria, he's going to smoke him. He's going to knock him out in round 1. And look, listen, I'm telling you, there's a lot of similarities between Topuria and Volkanovski to Conor McGregor versus Jose Aldo, right? The guy coming up through the ranks, they're full of confidence, promising to knock him out in round 1, stealing the belts, going up against Jose Aldo, who was the consensus greatest featherweight of all time. Now it's Volkanovski, who's one of the greatest of all time. So a lot of similarities. The final similarity will be, can Topuria knock Volkanovski out in round 1? I don't know if that's going to happen, but you see the parallels, my brother.
Well, and you can, I mean, look at the adversity that he faced against Jai Herbert, right? I mean, he almost got knocked out in the first few seconds of the fight against Jai Herbert, only to come back and completely turn the tables and do that to Jai. So we don't have a ton of examples of Ilia Topuria facing adversity, but the one, he looked pretty damn good.
Yeah, and Bobby, by the way, 3 bonuses in his last fights against Jai Herbert, Bryce Mitchell, and Josh Emmett. He's really been on a roll, has Ilia Topuria.
Yeah, he doesn't have too many holes in his game. I think he's very patient. He doesn't rush anything. He just stays really calm and lets it come to him. And so he's really good power in both hands, so it makes him very dangerous. I just feel like this is going to be a real chess game between the two. Who's going to be able to lead the dance, you know? Who's going to get on there and say, hey, we're going this way, we're not going that way, we're going to go this, and dictate the fight. I think that's going to be the true winner.
All right, when you look at the co-main, Whitaker and Paulo Costa, of course, Whitaker looking to bounce back, but some of the same talk about him, as Anik alluded to, that we hear about Volk, right? But he seems extremely focused going into this one against a very game opponent in Costa.
Incredibly focused, and I think there's a lot on the line for both of these guys in many different ways. And we haven't seen Paulo Costa have the type of performance that you would expect from a guy who looks like that in a very, very long time. He got the win over Luke Rockhold, but it was kind of a weird fight, right? And then, of course, Robert Whitaker coming off a very surprising loss to Dricus du Plessis. I don't know anybody who was calling that from the get. So both of these guys need to go out there and really make a statement and remind people who they are. You know, Robert Whitaker, former champion. Paulo Costa, former title contender. There's a fight here for, I don't know if relevancy is the right word, but they got to stake their claim in this division all over again.
Well, and certainly the winner could be on a title track once again to get a shot. Robert Whitaker has already agreed he will be joining us here on the weigh-in show live as soon as he weighs in, and that will be here in a matter of moments as we send it to John Anik. Alex Volkanovski going to be the first to weigh in.
Alexander the Great Volkanovski.
Looking shredded, looking ready to go. Part of the old man gang. Let's go. Baldy's got to stick together. Let's go, Ball gang. Let's go, Alex.
You know, the numbers that they've been talking about with Volk are the age, right? Guys that are 35 and over fighting in championship fights, just 1-21.
144.5.
There we go.
And we're about to break it
144.5,
today.
the official weight
tomorrow.
for Alexander Volkanovski.
Daniel Heller, age is just a number. Stats are just numbers, but that doesn't matter to Ilia Topuria. This man is walking on. He's going to hit the correct number as well.
The next man to weigh
This
in, the
man
other
is
gentleman
just
around whom this
oozing
fight card was
confidence.
built, the
He's
undefeated
undefeated.
title
When that
challenger and
happens,
third
you know,
ranked
you've
featherweight
never lost.
contender,
You
Ilia
truly
Topuria.
believe that you are invincible. Then you combine it with the skill set that Topuria has and just the swagger. I mean, he's carrying himself like a champion. I spoke to him a few days ago. He had a team of about 30 people with him. And he said, this isn't even everybody. You know, all my masseuse, my chef. You know, this man is rolling deep. He's the next coming of Conor McGregor if you speak to him. Let's see if he makes the weight. I'm sure he will.
Yeah, bro, I saw him outside. And I was like, 20 people with him. Just,
Yeah.
I'm like, he rolls deep.
144.5.
There we go.
But when you speak to him,
144.5, the official weight for Ilia
Did you hear
Topuria.
the crowd?
It's
yeah,
official.
see what I mean?
That's crazy.
They love this guy.
And by the way, sorry, Bisping, you bring up Conor, right?
Yeah.
Conor was 27
With
years
that, your
old.
UFC
He was
featherweight
also
championship main
6-0
event is
when he kind
now
of broke in
official.
and got that title shot.
The parallels, the similarities, they go on for days, right? And listen, to live up to what Conor did, that's a big thing. But could you imagine? Could you imagine if he went out there and
Next
smoked
athlete to the scale,
Volkanovski
competing
in
a
one
prelim
round?
in the light
Wow.
heavyweight division, Brenjison Ribeiro.
Brenjison Ribeiro, the 27-year-old Brazilian, making his UFC debut. Knocked out the previously unbeaten Bruno Lopez in the first round last summer on the Contender Series to earn a contract. And this dude can really win anywhere. 9 wins by knockout, 6 wins by submission.
205.5.
That's such a good fight.
205.5, the official weight for Brenjison Ribeiro.
11 of his 15 wins happened quickly in the first round.
All right, next fighter to weigh in is his opponent in this light heavyweight prelim, Zhang Mingyang.
Zhang Mingyang, that's what I was saying about this fight. Takes 2 to tango, and Zhang Mingyang representing China. This guy is absolutely nasty. All offense, all the time. We found him on Road to UFC, although he wasn't technically part of the tournament. He's on a 9-fight finish streak.
204.5.
204.5, the
204 and a half,
official weight for
9-fight finish
Zhang
streak,
Mingyang.
6-fight knockout streak. I mean, the guy's just knocking people out left and right, and that fight is definitely going to be one to watch for sure.
Yeah, he looks confident.
All right, next athlete to the scale, competing in a flyweight prelim, Miranda Fear the Maverick.
Miranda Maverick, I first caught sight of her when she was fighting one of the best female fighters, I think, at the time, is Macy Barber. Great fight between the two ladies. They fought it absolutely to the end. She has great stand-up. She can wrestle. She can clinch. Really, she does some great dirty
126,
boxing
the
in
official
there.
weight for
I think
Miranda
she could be
Maverick.
a talent to watch as we come later on in this season. She's going to be something to watch out for.
Shredded.
All right, next fighter to the scale,
Man.
competing live on the pay-per-view
She
main.
looks
Hey, what's
great.
up? It's Jeff Handstill Neal, fighting out of Dallas, Texas, Fortis MMA. Hey, Bobby Green, you need to come down and get some training in with me, bro.
Oh man, I accept that invitation, brother. You know, I always we gotta stick together, bro. We gotta stick together, you know. So we gonna get them hands going. That'd be awesome. Greg's a great guy. I'm sorry, Neil. Neil's a great guy. Neil's his fight was
170.5, the official
was it
weight.
Shagroff?
Shakov.
Man, amazing fight, and he showed how true warrior and true grit is.
I'm one of the coolest guys as well. Yesterday, Ian Gary's like, do you want to shake hands? I got you, bro. I got you. I was like, that's how you do it. And this man, Robert Whittaker, has shown how you do it time after time. He says, against Dricus du Plessis, the inside animal wasn't there, and that's what he's bringing back. Robert Whittaker, when he's on the money, he's one of the very best in the world. Simple as that. He said, this training camp, I have been nasty. I've been destroying my sparring partners. I hope he paid them well.
185.5, the official weight for Robert
looks ready.
Whitaker.
He looks
Almost
good. He's not sucked
championship
out or
weight.
anything, yeah.
He has been serious. I spoke to him this
All
week.
right, next fighter to
I
the
thought he was
scale,
going
his
to
opponent
attack
in
me.
the co-main
Okay,
event.
'cause he's that
Former
dialed
world
in.
title challenger and the number 6 ranked middleweight contender, Paulo Costa.
Always good to see Paulo Costa here, ready to go. Has had issues with the scale in the past, but looks to be very ready this time. We haven't seen him since August of 22. Let's listen for the weight here.
He's got a big smile. He knows
He
it's
does,
good.
yeah, he's good. He's good.
185 and a half.
There you go, 185
There we
and a half.
go. There we go.
Had the injury that kept him
185
from,
and a half.
or the elbow
The official weight
infection that kept him
for
from fighting
Paulo
Hamzat.
Costa.
But man, when you go back and you watch his fight against Yoel Romero, that's the Paulo Costa.
Yeah.
That if he shows up, I mean, that guy can take anybody out. He's got his secret juice.
I mean, look at this guy.
All right, next fighter to weigh in this morning, competing in the welterweight division, Oban Elliott.
Man, this guy.
Hey guys, it's Oban Elliott here, fighting out of Merthyr Tydfil, Wales. Hey Laura, I've been spending a lot of time in the weight room. Don't you think my arms are even bigger from last time?
I mean, I didn't measure them last time, but they look nice. Oh, yes.
I met him the other day for the first time. He said, "Can I get a picture?" He ripped his shirt off straight away.
170 and a half, the official weight for
He looks
Oban
good.
Elliott.
He does look good. I like this kid. He's a lot of fun. There he is. Go on, son. All the best this weekend.
Anthony Fluffy Hernandez fighting out of MMA Gold Fight Team, and Bobby, where's the smoke session after?
Middleweight in the
Let's
world,
go, brother. I got
Anthony
you. I got you. I got some
Hernandez.
good. Man, Anthony's great, brother. We were just training last time I saw him. I went down his gym, and he's got this really slick submission. Coincident, and so we're rolling on the ground. I'm like, he's trying to set up something. What is he setting up? I'm kind of going through the move a little bit. And I'm like, oh, that's what you were doing. Coincidentally, his fight was, I think, another next week or so. He hit the same choke on the guy, and I was like, that's it right there.
It's tricky.
And I have a feeling that if it goes to the ground, it's going to happen the same choke. So we should see. We're going to see.
I feel he's kind of like snuck up on some people. I feel like 4-fight win streak now.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
He's not a guy you hear a lot of people talking about, but they should be.
He's got a nasty stand-up, very crafty.
185 and a half,
great on
the
the ground,
official weight
too.
for Anthony
I think
Hernandez.
he averages more takedowns than Merab per 15 minutes.
Yeah?
Isn't that insane? At
Wow.
185.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The
It's
kid's a
wild.
All
true
right,
mixed
next
martial
fighter to
artist.
the scale, his opponent in that pay-per-view main card opener, winner of his last 4, Roman Kopylov.
You know what's crazy is when you watch these guys weigh in, there's like 6 people there staying at the number. You can see the guy on the left, Andy Foster.
Yeah.
Look at them. They're all coming in, peeking the scale. We haven't seen this many people look at the scale before.
Dan, I feel like if Chase Hooper had been raised in Siberia on a steady diet of horse
He'd look
meat
like this?
and hard living, he would look like Roman Kopylov. But regardless, let's talk about Roman Kopylov.
Man, I watched one of his. He fought on one of the cards with me. This guy's like the Terminator.
Yeah.
He's invincible.
185
He's gonna go in there
pounds
and he's
for
gonna
Roman
crack you with
Kopylov.
everything he's got.
For another 4-fight win streak, an insane striker. Watch for his body work. He folds guys.
All right, next fighter to weigh in this morning, competing in a preliminary division.
Hey, I'm Joshua Quinlan, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, born and raised in Kauai, Hawaii. Hey, Laura, nice to see you doing well in your career. What do you think of mine progressing, entering the UFC, looking to go up? Let me know your thoughts.
Oh, I love
Laura.
Josh. I love Josh. He's awesome. I mean, watching him progress, into the big leagues. The man's got crazy good hands, good eyes in the pocket. One of the nicest individuals you'll ever meet as well. I actually ran into him on the elevator yesterday. He looked good. He didn't look like he was struggling at all.
He reminds me a lot of
Great cut.
Bisping in terms of just being a nice guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just
no,
sweet.
exactly.
The first word I used to
Sweetheart.
describe
Oh, yeah.
Michael is sweet.
Yeah, he
Salt of the earth.
He definitely
Always
got that Hawaiian
giving.
to him, that Hawaiian
know.
chill flow.
He is intense right there, though.
He looked good when I spoke to him. He didn't seem like he had much to go.
They're deliberating very much on
Yeah.
the, what do they call the thing that bounces up and down? The scale.
Like, is there
The arm.
Oh,
The arm.
The lever.
The balance.
There we go.
I don't know.
It's
A
going
lot
for
of
something.
people, a lot of eyes.
Are we gonna bring out the box?
I guess I can try again.
Well, we have 6 eyeballs on it, so we should be able to figure it out.
I don't know if this thing is rocket science or something, but as long as you
Right.
just kind of push it one way and
Why
when it
do we
stops.
not use digital again?
I know the digital scales would solve a lot of issues, speed up this
Has
process.
anyone ever explained
Do you-
why that isn't, why we don't?
Do you remember that it was several pay-per-views?
169.
There we go.
169, the
A
official weight
pound
for
under,
Josh Quinlan.
right?
He had a 2-pound allowance window.
That's what I was going.
What
I'm
was all
like, they're
that
trying
about?
to make
There were
sure
several-
that we need to make sure we get it down to the ounces.
Pay-per-views ago when there was a digital scale
Yeah.
that the guys were using prior to the weigh-in.
Oh, and it was
going to
off.
kilograms and pounds. Guys were adjusting it, and it was a bit off.
But they've used digital scales for weigh-ins before, just not here, I guess. I don't know. I vote digital.
Yeah,
Well,
I agree. I agree.
The good news is that one half of our co-main event is ready to go. Robert Whitaker, former champ, joining us now. And Robert, thank you, first of all, for coming on the show. You're always so great when you come on. I just want to ask you, you said that your last camp was suboptimal prior to the Dricus fight. What kind of corrections have you made for this camp?
Too many to list right now. You know, my voice is a little croaky. So it's I don't know. I just threw myself back at it. A big thing was mindset, having the mindset in the gym, on the mats, like in the rounds. It's you know, trying to win never give any quarter, never give any ground. And yeah, no, I think the mindset was a big thing I focused on this camp.
You got here nice and early, about a week before everybody else did here in Southern California. And I know, obviously, winning is important, but you've also talked a little bit about wanting to make a statement. And you're not looking down the road, you're focused on the here and the now. How important is it to you to not just win, but to make a serious statement?
My biggest objective is to perform. So get in there and like, knock this guy's head off. That's the plan. That's what I've been putting in this months of work for. And that's what will satisfy me. That's my road to victory.
Rob, how you doing, mate? It's nice to see a smile on your face. You have been very, very intense all week. Quite intimidating, actually, if I do say so. You said you're looking to do some real violence this week to bring out that animal. When are you predicting you finish this fight?
I want to finish him in the first round. I want to finish him in the first exchange. But I've been training to take a war to him for 15 minutes.
Of course, you know, you always get ready for 15 minutes. I want to ask you, how much are you paying these sparring partners? Because you said that you were beating the crap out of those guys the entire camp. I feel for them, mate. You know, I mean, that must have been a tough job for those guys.
Not enough. And don't get me wrong, they give back as much as they take.
Bobby.
How you doing, Rob? Good to see you, brother. So this is my question for you. You've been so close. How do you keep that same energy every time you come back into the cage? Because the Izzy fight was so close. I felt like even their fight with Dricus, where just a couple little mistakes, you know, and the fight's yours. And so how do you keep keeping yourself motivated to, hey, I'm this close, I'm just gonna make it, and I fell a little short, but I'm coming back again, and I'm right there. How are you gonna do that, sir?
I guess that's the tricky part, and I guess that's something that was focused on during this camp. It's just like not getting complacent. I feel like personally, last fight I got complacent a little bit. Maybe in the camp even. You know, it's just one of those things like, yeah, you can't take your foot off the pedal, and that's what I've been focusing on this whole prep. It's just, you know, grabbing the reins, like, you know, just really giving it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So my next question is how do you, what's the word I want to say? Like, because we've both been there where we had a big loss. How do you forget that and move on? You know, is it something that's still in the back of your head, or is it something that it's completely different now?
Well, you guys know, man. You just get back on the horse. You just, you fight out the doubt.
So it's in the past. You've forgotten about it, and we're back on the horse. And it's a new day.
Yeah, well, man, like you guys would understand. It never leaves you. You just, what are you gonna cower and quit? You know, you man up. You go on and you fight the next fight.
Yeah, that's the message I want to hear for real fighters, to understand that we all have the ups and downs in our careers, and what type of mindset are you going to have towards that, dealing with those things?
100%, my man, 100%.
Robert, as you've watched this division, I mean, it's been such an exciting thing to see all of the different champions. I mean, it's been like a revolving door at the top of 185. As you've watched this unfold, I mean, how does it make you feel about the division that I feel like doesn't always get the credit that it's due in terms of how difficult it is to survive there?
I'd like to think the middleweight division is quite fun. You know, I think it's pretty popular. It's moving now. You know, it's rife with opportunity. Mate, you just have to be in the right place at the right time, and the belt's yours.
You look at the top of that division. I know it's a fight you'd like to get back. I mean, is that another sense of renewed motivation for you?
Mate, I don't need much more motivation. Like, I'm coming for Costa's head. That's all I want at this point.
All right, Robert Whitaker, one half of our co-main event. Robert, thank you so much for joining us. Go get some fluids in you and enjoy the rest of the day, my man.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
You know, every time we talk to Robert, just a gentleman. That's the first word that comes to mind.
Yeah, very
Absolute gentleman, killer inside the octagon. As we said, one of the best. This guy, Val Woodburn, went up against one of the future best. Last time out, made his UFC debut, short notice, against Bo Nickel, and this time he's going up against Old Man Elliott fighting out of Wales. So Val Woodburn, you know, it was a short straw to draw.
169
That's a tough
and a half
sentence for me to
official
say.
weight for Val
It's a short
Woodburn.
straw to draw, fighting Bo Nickel on short notice. Right, but he gets another crack of the whip. Once again, in a big, gigantic arena. A lot of pressure on that young man, but he's capable of pulling off the victory, that's for sure.
Short straw to draw. You sound like a leading man when that comes out of your mouth.
Oh, man, come on,
A
watch
guy that
this
should be
space.
starring in movies.
Amen to that.
And speaking of pressure, here we got Ian Gary. He's got all the pressure. He's got all the eyes watching right now. And everybody, like the real fighters, want to know, how are you going to perform, kid, under all the pressure and everyone's picking on you and you're the guy right now? Are you going to excel and be the next Conor? Or are you just going to be another story? We're going to find out tomorrow. Oh, he's blowing kisses too. Who's he blowing kisses to?
Well, nobody wants to receive them.
170 and a half, the official weight
Judging
for
by the
Ian
response
Machado
at the
Gary.
weigh-ins yesterday, I mean, he was booed out of the building. But like they say on Happy Gilmore, harness the good energy, block the bad. That's all you got to do. Right, Bobby?
Yeah, I like that. That's a good
Harness
motto.
the good energy,
But
block the bad.
The crazy thing is, in his last press conference against Neil Magny, he was cheered. So they can flip on you really quickly,
Big
can't
turn. But I feel
sports
like he could
fans?
flip back too. If he wins enough, everybody, I mean, you win enough, people are going to start liking you. They may not like you out to the octagon, but they're going to watch
They're
you.
very fickle.
Very fickle.
Here's Amanda Lemos, 36-year-old Brazilian, coming off that title fight loss to Zhang Wei Li last summer. Originally scheduled to fight Tatiana Suarez, who had to pull out with an injury, and she's now, of course, facing Mackenzie Dern, coming into this one, having won 7 of her last 9. And this should be a good one. According to the odds, this is one of the more evenly matched fights on the card. I'm looking forward to it.
Big stylistic clash, though. I mean,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, Amanda Lemos always fun to
115
watch.
and a half for
Mackenzie
Amanda
Dern
Lemos.
always brings it regardless. Loves to throw down with the hands these days, even though she's got tremendous jiu-jitsu. I'm really looking forward to that one.
Amanda Lemos can crack.
Oh, yeah.
She can crack.
All right, next athlete to the scale is the combat sports legend and former 2-division UFC champion, now the number 3 ranked bantamweight contender, Triple C, Henry Cejudo.
So the King of Cringe said this week he's not here to take part. He's came here to conquer, right? He said, I conquered wrestling, conquered 125, 135. If I can't beat Merab Dvalishvili, I'm going to retire because I wouldn't have conquered him. Then he wants to get his belt back. Then he wants to go up to 145 and conquer that division as well. So saying a lot of things, but look at the look in the eyes, right? You got to respect Henry Cejudo for everything that he says. This man is a very, very serious individual, but he's got a tough task. I mean, Merab Dvalishvili is literally a machine. But it's good to see him back. I love what Henry brings to the table. And you got to take what he says seriously because
135, the official
even
weight for
though
the former champ, Henry Cejudo.
He is the king of cringe. He ain't no joke.
But isn't that unneeded pressure to put on yourself
No.
to say you're gonna? It's not.
I mean, yes and no, but that's
One
who
quick
he is.
announcement before
That's why
we
he
get to
reaches
our
such
next fighter,
levels.
the
That's why he's
heavyweight
been
between
so
Marcos
great.
Rogerio
Yeah,
Peixao,
I think he
Lima,
almost
and Justin
wants to
Tafa
put that pressure
is
on
off.
himself.
We will
I'm with you. I
proceed
wouldn't
with
do
11
well.
fights here on
Well,
this
it's
Yeah,
because
the king of
he
cringe
allows
done
his
well.
mind to go there, the visualization of how great he can be. As the kids say these days, he's manifesting it. He's not manifesting, he's working hard.
Tennessee, Danny Barlow.
My name is Danny Barlow, fighting out Memphis, Tennessee, fight out Law School MMA. And Lord, you got a chance to see me fight on the Contender Series? Man, how you think I do in the UFC?
I think he's going to do very well in the UFC. Danny Barlow looked absolutely tremendous on the Contender Series. Left hand to God, right?
Left hand of
Left-
God.
left hand to
171,
God.
the official weight for
Very, very
Danny
talented.
Barlow.
Named after Denzel Washington, his role in the Equalizer movies. Apparently he had the right hand of God, so they gave him the left hand of
Michael
God.
Bisping
Fights
doing
out of
his homework
Southpaw.
for Contender Series.
I mean, look, listen, Laura, I
Next
take my
up
job
into
very
the
seriously.
stage,
He's on
Research
it.
is key,
division, Rinya
right?
It is.
Nakamura.
I'm not just a pretty face.
I know.
I have just got great eyeballs.
You're right. You are not a pretty face.
Yeah, I know.
Pretty
I was
face.
waiting for that one.
Rinya Nakamura, Senko.
Yeah, 2-0 so far in the UFC, 8-0 overall. He had amazing run on the first season of the Road to UFC tournament. 6 minutes of fight time in a 3-fight tournament. Absolutely crazy. A little bit more of a difficult fight his last time out, but just a tremendous wrestler. Under 23.
135 and
135 and a
the
half.
official weight
Under
for
23
Rinya Nakamura.
wrestling world champion. That tells you everything you need to know about his game. And he's a guy who shoots and gets on top and controls. Amazing submission ability as well. Dominant UFC win his first time out. And he's very passionate about kind of putting Japan back
All
on
right,
the
next
map
fighter to the
in
scale,
terms of
competing
UFC.
on the pay-per-view
You know, that tells you everything you need to know about Rinya Nakamura. He's the biggest favorite on the card, 11 to 1 favorite.
Wow.
Nobody
Really?
else
That.
is even close.
He's very good. You know
I'm
who
gonna
else
put
is very
$100
good?
on that.
Is this machine.
I
This
can't.
machine.
You can't do that,
I
Bobby.
can't. Sheesh. Sucks.
Social media star that we didn't know we had, we didn't know we needed. I cannot get enough of Merab Dvalishvili online, but inside the octagon, this man is an absolute terror. He's got the longest active win streak in the bantamweight division at 8, highest takedown rate in bantamweight history, and I mean, you know what you're getting when you face him, and yet time and time again, guys just can't handle it. They fold under the pressure.
135, the official weight for Merab
135.
Dvalishvili.
He's hooked up. He's
Plenty of
ready to
energy.
go.
Psychotic Merab.
I love this dude.
Lord,
Yeah.
you forgot
So
to
funny.
ask. I think he's got the second, like he's the runner-up for the King of Cringe.
Viva Mexico!
He's, what he said?
He said
Viva Mexico!
As I said, he's the runner-up for the King of Cringe.
Well, he's going to be joining us in a
the number one
minute on the
contender.
Also
show,
in the
as
bantamweight
is Ian
division out
Machado
of
Gary, who
Ecuador,
is
Carlos
standing
Vera.
by. He'll be with us probably within 60 seconds or so.
So Ecuador's Carlos Vera walking out of here with a record of 11-3. Here's a little fun fact. Comes from a long line of tailors in Ecuador, and he believes that his opponent is tailor-made as well because started doing taekwondo at 4, Olympian. He's got ridiculous striking, now trains with Ryan Hall, the jiu-jitsu guy. And this guy's very confident wherever the fight goes. Great skills,
Official weight
great
long did you work on that?
jiu-jitsu. Pardon me,
How long
what?
did you work on that
Carlos
pun for?
Vera.
I did it. It just came to me naturally. You know, I mean, left Ecuador at 4 years old, moved to New Orleans. He's been through it. He's an immigrant. You know, he's got that immigrant
All right,
mentality.
next fighter to the
Yeah, they come
scale,
over and fight
the number
hard.
15 ranked UFC flyweight Andrea KGB Lee.
There's KGB, the 35-year-old from Shreveport, Louisiana, Daniel Cormier's hometown. Been through some wars in the UFC against the likes of Roxanne Modafferi and Lauren Murphy. Hit a bit of a rough patch in her last 3, so this is a pretty big matchup for her against Miranda Maverick.
125 and a
I'm
half,
excited for
the
this
official
fight.
weight for Andrea Lee.
And it will be the first fight of the night for the former Invicta and LFA champ. We're flying through things, guys.
Yeah.
It's the way I like it.
I know, this is the way it's supposed to go. And Ian Machado Gary, the 10th ranked welterweight in the world, is joining us now. And I'll tell you, Ian, one of the things I really enjoyed about watching Countdown is how comfortable you feel at your home in Brazil and training. And I know you've been around to a lot of different camps, but there seems to be a genuine love there for you and your teammates and you? What has that been like to find a home?
Brazil is such a special place. The entire country, everything about the people, the energy, the vibe, it's just different. And it's very eye-opening and it's very valuable to be able to soak up the beauty of the entire country and just embrace it and just be a part of it.
You know, we have a saying here in the States, Bisping likes to live by it. Any publicity is good publicity, right? And
For sure.
And it seems like you're kind of buying into that as well, right? I mean, listen, you feed off this energy, whether it's negative or positive, right?
The truth is, at the end of the day, I'm doing my job and I'm doing what I do. I'm living my best life. And anyone who's talking shit, anyone who's bigging me up and has support, anyone who hates on me, the truth is they're all talking. Saturday night, tomorrow night, I go do my job.
I guess to that point, Ian, you know, I was curious, after you went through all that stuff at the end of the year last year, what was the biggest positive that either you or your entire family took out of that? Was there something good that came away from all of that BS?
Yeah, there's so many things, Laura. The biggest thing is that I am truly, truly blessed to be the person I am and to have the abilities that I have, and I'm blessed to be where I am. I'm living the dream. I dreamt of this. I was a young kid in Ireland watching the rise of Conor McGregor, wanting to do that. I was watching the UFC fighters going, geez, that looks fun. I'd love to do that one day. And here I am. So the truth is, say what you want, try get under my skin. Of course, it's emotional at times when you're attacking family and friends, but the truth is, I'm living my best life. And I'm doing what every kid wishes to do, which is living their dream.
And it feels like you really have found, like, not just a gym, but a home at Shoot Box. I was watching I guess, embedded it was, and to see you get a little bit emotional about what they mean to you. And, like, it was clear as day that, like, not only have you found a place to train, but that team down there, the faith that they bring into everything, the family mentality, seeing Layla at the gym, seeing your son at the gym, like, I could see it on your face that you felt a completely renewed person.
Honestly, it's almost emotional talking about it now because there's an energy in that gym and the people that are in it that is just so powerful and so special. And when you surround yourself with energies like that, it's hard not to absorb it and really truly feel it and go, wow, all right, Saturday night, I'm fighting with every single one of these behind me. I'm fighting with all of their energies. I know they're all going to be there praying for me to win, bigging me up. And that makes me excited to go back home with a win for just them, even more than me.
That's great. That's great. You seem really focused, brother.
What's up, King?
What's up, big dog? I sent you a message, and my message was pick up a stick. I feel like everybody's trying to do this pick on you thing right now, or everybody's jumping on the bandwagon. And this is your time. We're front stage. Everybody's watching. What is your message to the haters?
Go fuck yourself.
Simple.
Oh, there we go. I like that. I like it. I like it. Okay.
You said pick up a stick, Bobby? Just so you know, that's it. It's going to be fast, it's going to be long, and I ain't going to get touched. You can eat that, you can stay the fuck away from me the whole time and try hit me all night. That's my stick.
Okay.
Everyone will see the speed of that.
So, last time we fought in the same card together. Mm-hmm. You went before me. You were playing your music. You were doing your thing, and I was like, man, this guy's, he understands it. He got his swag going, he's got his energy going, and then I just knew you were untakeable from there. Then you knocked the kid out right after, you know? So are we gonna still do the music? Are we still doing the same flow?
For sure, we got a bit of Joey Badass, J. Cole, we got some Anderson .Paak, we got all the, you got to rip it, you got to rip it, you got to roll with it, and you got to feel it, pal. You ain't got to get this flow on if you ain't listening to that beautiful music, right?
There we go. I just want to make sure you got your zone, and you're gonna be doing the same things. Ain't nothing changed but the day.
What's going on, Ian? So,
what's up, Bisping?
Listen, I've been there. At 1 minute, I was public enemy #1, and now I'm just loved and adored wherever I go. So, what do you think you got to do to turn these people around? Oh, it feels fantastic. But seriously, back in the day, people hated me, right? What do you think you got to do to try and win them over? And I know consciously you're not trying to do that. You're just being yourself. But what do you think it's going to take?
the truth is, I'm not trying to win anyone over. If they love me or hate me because of my performances, then fine, do you. At the end of the day, this is the fight game. And if my fighting does the talking and I go out there and I keep doing what I've doing, which is every single time get my hand raised, then the fans are just going to keep moaning about stuff that's completely and utterly irrelevant. My hand will get raised, I'll stay undefeated. They can talk their shit, they can do all they want. I'm winning.
Perfect.
Ian Machado Gary, ready for the biggest fight of his career, and he certainly seems to be in the right mental space. Ian, thanks for joining us, man. I always enjoy the time.
By the way, can we just talk about this T-shirt, this new jacket? It's fucking fire.
Oh, that is nice.
Look at this. Yeah, they gave it to me. They said, you're the best looking bloke on the card. We're going to give it to you so you can rep it for us.
Love it.
Ian, enjoying the week. Good luck, man.
Thank you, guys.
I need to start using that bloke word. I like that.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
Just smart like a London bloke.
Yeah, there you go. I enjoy chatting with him. I know it's a love-hate with the fan base, as you said, you've experienced so many times, but his mindset coming into this one, obviously you can relate to it. How's he handled everything?
He's handling personally and mentally everything very well. You know, listen, he says a lot, he talks a lot, he's very confident. Some might say that's arrogant, but he backs it up inside the octagon. Now, it's some of the things outside, some of the things he does, like wearing the T-shirt about Jeff Neal at one of his lowest moments that maybe turns people against him. And there has been a social media shitstorm, let's be honest, that has been spearheaded by people like Sean Strickland, and everyone's jumped on the bandwagon. All he's got to do is go out there, win the fights, right? Win the fights, and that's all that matters, because if he loses this weekend, that shitstorm that I mentioned, that's going to get even worse. That's going to go factor 5 or factor 10. It's going to be a bad storm, okay? But if he knocks people out and then he handles it correctly on the microphone, shouldn't tell everyone to go F themselves. He try and endear himself, try and show that there's a real person behind there, because, you know, a lot of the time, this bravado, this cockiness, it often comes from insecurity, and he's trying to prove himself. So you've got to go out there, show the world, beat Jeff Neal. That's not going to be easy, but if he does it, try and just show a softer, more likable side of Ian Gary.
Yeah, I mean, winning is what is going to get it done, right? But time, and to your point, I remember the days of like, I remember
do you
thinking,
really?
No, I'm serious. I
Hating
remember
me?
being at home and thinking that you looked like an absolute asshole.
Well,
Was that
I'll tell you this,
yesterday, or was
Laura.
that a couple years ago?
I'll tell you this, Dan. This is quite the contrary to the first time that I met her.
No, I know,
At the
but
Fox
then,
Studios.
just
Oh
wait,
my
just
God.
wait.
You know what I mean?
Just wait.
Oh my God.
Let me
He's a
finish.
legend.
Let me finish. I know you don't love to let me finish. Let me finish. But then time goes by and you get a fuller picture of someone. And then of course you know, if you ever get the chance to meet someone that you watch, there's a better understanding. But I think one of the things that Ian has been really smart about doing is putting his freaking phone down. When you do that, when you unplug, when you quit checking your message, when you quit looking at comments, when you quit reading the YouTube comments, and you just put it away, you realize that there's an entire world where nothing that they say affects your actual life, right?
Yeah.
Nothing affects your actual life. If anything, they're helping his bank account. But reading every little thing, and I know this from some amount of experience, nothing like him, but like it takes a little bit of energy away from you. You're like, oh, I don't care about that. I don't care about that. But it's energy. It's time spent in your brain absorbing that negativity. If you can just put the phone down, which he's done, you live free of it. And you're like, I don't even know what's happening.
He
I have
hasn't
no
put
idea.
the phone down. The phone is everywhere he goes, along with the cameraman and Sam. He turned the comments off.
Yeah,
That's something very different.
He said when all that stuff went down, he's like, I just handed my phone to someone else. I was like, I don't want to read it. I don't want to know. So he wasn't sitting there obsessing.
Yeah, but he hasn't disconnected and gone and sat in a field and grounding himself in naked.
I agree.
I understand what you're saying.
Soaking
but
up
like,
vitamin
to a
D.
degree, you separate yourself and you create some amount of distance from it, and you don't allow it to overtake you.
Yeah, I was saying the same thing, but I would say just more so just be quiet, you know? Like, let this thing die over. The more you say stuff, the more people get engaged and keep going with this thing. Just be quiet and let it die down and be what it is.
Or when there's negativity coming your way, you can embrace it, as Alexander Volkanovski has done when people are calling him old, and laugh about it and dress up like an old man and fall asleep in press conferences and have fun with all this stuff, which is what you've been doing all week, champ.
Yeah, good fun. That's it, just run with it. There was obviously narrative, and I just ran with it, and people loved it. So I'm going to keep rolling with it. Maybe I'll walk in the cage with it. We'll see.
I have to ask you about your opponent. Ilia Topuria has been swiping at the belt, stealing the belt, taking pictures with the belt. I know it's about promoting the fight, but has any of it in your mind been somewhat disrespectful at all to you?
No, not really. You know, I don't think he's probably really like that. I think he's just doing a great job, which is awesome. I love having a guy like that that's good, willing to, you know, build the hype. If he is trying to get in my head, it ain't working clearly. But he's doing a great job hyping the fight. People want to see it, and people want to see this old man humble him. So it's perfect story for me right now.
You said that a couple of times about humbling the undefeated Topuria. Obviously, it's important for you to win, but humbling him in the process, how much does that matter to you?
Oh, yeah, man. It's look, like I said, whether he's just doing a great job of playing that part, or does he really need the humbling, I don't know. But maybe even after this, as I've proven, you don't need to go down that route. You know what I mean? It probably took me a bit longer to get people on my side, but I've got some loyal fans, and people love the, you know, the funny old man skit. Like that was just us having a bit of fun, and look how much that took off. You know, sometimes you don't need that Conor McGregor blueprint that a lot of people are trying to go down. They're trying to go down that path where, you know, Conor did a great job of it, but not everyone's Conor.
Well, listen, Volk, how you doing, by the way? Congrats on making weight. He is trying to do the Conor McGregor thing completely. I mean, everything about it is ripping him off, even stealing the belt off the top of the desk. Where does Ilia Topuria rank in terms of your opponents? Toughest, easiest? Where would you put this guy?
Man, you just don't know. That's the thing. Like, you know, he's obviously undefeated, and he's.
Photo with the belt.
Oh, am I meant to be talking over that?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's just there's a video playing. Yeah, so yeah, I forgot the question now. Sorry, what was that?
Don't worry about it. It was a stupid question. Anyway, I want to give you a statement. Volk, you're the champ.
There you go. Sorry, it was all.
You can talk whenever you want. Okay. You get through this guy. UFC 300, this is what you were saying this week. I mean, would you honestly consider that?
Of course, yeah, of course I would. You know, it's a, you know, I've proved that I would back up, you know, short notice. You know, obviously I've got to get through Ilia, which, you know, obviously he's undefeated. But I remember the question, where does he rank? Look, we don't know yet. He hasn't been able to prove himself against the top guys, but maybe he is at that level, but we'll see this weekend. And then I can tell you where he ranks. But, you know, it's going to be hard to rank up at some of the guys I fought. Let me say that. But I'm going to be going out there doing my thing. I think I get my hand raised, and you'll be seeing me wanting to fight as soon as possible. If they need a fight on that, you know, 300 card, I'm here.
All the best, champ.
We're here for
Thank
it too.
you.
I hope you get put on 300. That would be incredible. Talk to me.
So,
yeah, who would you fight at 300, by the way? Who do you got?
That's obviously a tricky one, because it would be hard to do the featherweight straight away and find a exact opponent there. But I mean, there's so many exciting fights at lightweight, but all of them all the top guys seem to be booked as well on that damn card. So maybe I'll just be there ready in case someone gets injured, and you know, just do the whole backup thing that I tend to be ready for usually. So we'll see what happens.
Well, back to the opponent ahead of you. You know, when you look at your game and his game and break yourselves down stylistically, what part of what you bring to the octagon do you think is going to be a surprise to him, or something that he's going to really, you know, struggle with?
Man, just to keep it as pretty simple. It's, you know, movement. You know what I mean? I'm not just going to be a punching bag that stands in front of him. You know what I mean? So he's going to, you know, I know he's very tidy. If you're in the right position for him, he can do some serious work there. But he's just got to try and find me there. There's never going to be a time where I'm just staying there and being a punching bag ready for him to just set up combos. He needs to be a little bit more clever. He needs to set things up. He needs to, you know, cut me off with punches, you know. Maybe try to set up, you know, some big shots with some you know, even some lighter punches, but he doesn't tend to do that. Everything needs to be powerful, solid, grounded, and he needs you to be in the perfect position for that. But I just ain't going to be there. While he's trying to find it, I'm going to be leg kicking, head kicking, going high, low, shooting takedowns, jabs, hooks, you name it. You know, it's going to be a whole heap of stuff thrown at him, whole lot of movement. He's going to find it hard to find me, I think. And if he wants to overcommit and get frustrated in there, we find the shot.
So, Volk, good to see you, brother. Go out there and do your thing.
Bobby.
I really don't have many questions. I think just wanted to more so give you information. I think you're a great talent. I'm a fighter's fighter. And I believe that you are setting a new level of fighters. A new level of or pedigree of fighting, meaning that you're gonna fight this fight and you're willing to do 300. What champ do you know is doing something like that? What champ do you know that's gonna go and say, hey, I'm gonna hop on 2 weeks notice. 2 weeks notice and go fight the upper weight. And so for that, sir, you are the BMF. And so that's my question is gonna really come down to it is, if you win this fight, do you think we could push Max off and get you to fight for the BMF?
Mate, I'll be doing Max dirty if I tried that. Now, look, that's a fight that I'm looking forward to. Gaethje and Max, that's going to be incredible. So I'll definitely be. But if one gets injured, you never know, right? Like, I could be the guy to fill in. BMF is something I have mentioned. But, yeah, look, you know, I'm a fighter. At the end of the day, you know, I'm always, I'm very passionate about this sport. I love my craft. And that's why I'm willing to just get in there and stay active because I love doing this. And who knows how much longer I got, right? You know, everyone wants to throw the age thing. I feel great right now, but we don't know how long that lasts. So let's get busy and make the most of it because I want to, you know, not only have a legacy that my family can live on forever, but, you know, I need to do work and really set a massive legacy for myself.
Well, you're certainly well on your way going into your 6th title defense. Incredible numbers for you. When you look at this fight, tactically, Topuria has talked a couple of weeks ago about the fact that maybe it makes sense for him to take this to the ground. Do you see that being something that he does, or is that just talk?
You know, to be honest, I think that's just talk. You know, I've proved myself that I'm a hard man to submit. I'm a hard man to out-grapple. I'm a hard man to hold down. So if he wants to go down there, you know, even if he does get a takedown, you're just going to, you know, that's where my experience and gas tank's just going to take over even more. So it's, you know, even when he's in dominant positions, I guarantee you, he's going to feel uncomfortable. I'm going to be smiling knowing that he can't do nothing. I'll bounce straight back up and get on top. I'll win them scrambles every single time and I won't be bothered by it. I'm going to be smiling. I'm going to be full of energy and not everyone can keep up with my pace, and I've proved that time and time again.
Indeed you have, champ. Thanks for making this week fun, man. I love the old man bit, and the old man's ready to go, obviously. Good luck, Volk.
Hilarious.
That was good.
Alexander Volkanovski joining us once again.
The neighbor was my favorite part.
It was so good. Listen, his resume is so good, right? Some of the guys that he's faced, Makhachev, obviously, Rodriguez, Max Holloway several times, the Korean zombie.
I love her.
Well,
I don't know her name, but I love her.
That's just totally thrown me. I'm like, where is that in the building? Where is that coming from?
It's me.
Okay.
That's me.
That's Laura Sanko in 30, well, no, not 30, 10 years.
What'd you say, you Florida boy? Can we flip people off on television?
I mean, we're aging her right now.
No, I know. It's all the travel and everything. And besides, I've seen him without makeup. I've seen him without makeup on.
He has.
You
he
know?
has.
Yeah,
It's scary. It's
not
different.
good.
It's different. It's
It's
different.
different. It's not scary.
It's
It's just a
different.
little different.
It's different.
Yeah.
Just a little morning face.
Let's have a 5-minute conversation about that. No, let's not. It's just...
Well, let's talk about this in terms of his opponents, because it is a laundry list of talented dudes that Andre Volkanovski has faced. Where does Ilya rank, Sanko, in terms of all his opponents?
Well, if we're going with all of his opponents and not just featherweight opponents, I mean, I have to put Islam at the top.
Sure.
Not just because he beat him, but I do believe Islam is one of, if not the best fighters in the world, and might end up being on that list forever. I put Max Holloway the second time as number 2, and I put the second time because I feel like the first time they fought, Max was able to read a lot of things. He could deal with the calf kick better and was an even tougher fight the second time out. And then I put Ilya right after that. So he's up there. I mean, I'm putting him ahead of guys like Brian Ortega, just barely. I mean, all of the other greats that he's beaten, Ilya's up there. And if you look at featherweights, just, in my opinion, just behind Max.
Okay. Now, me personally, I didn't think about Islam. I just looked at his division. I didn't think outside.
That's fair. That's fair. You played by the rules. She did.
Yeah, I just felt like he did that, and it wasn't even like he didn't have enough time to prepare, you know. And so it's kind of a stupid stain, but oh well. I still feel that Topuria is the number one. Max gave him a fight. Max gave him movement. Max gave him different things to look at. This kid here is going to be a lot more defensive. It's not going to be as easy to get and find the holes as Max is right in front of you. Max is trying to give you more of a fight. This kid's going to be more patient, and it's a chess match now. And so I think that also being undefeated, too. You got an undefeated fighter, he's coming in there to knock your head off. He feels like every punch he lands, you can go to sleep with. When you got those guys that are in that position, they're so much more harder to deal with there because their confidence is on such a high level. That's just me personally.
I'm just going to come in and say Ilya Topuria is probably the third hardest. Islam at 1, Holloway at 2. Come on, we've got to give a bit of respect to Maxi Baby. But Topuria is undefeated. There is unknown there, right? Yeah. How good is he? What is the ceiling? What is the potential? I could go on all day, Bobby. I could slice it and dice it a million different ways. But we've got Merab Dvalishvili waiting somewhere in the wings to come on to talk to us.
You just touched your wrong ear. Your earpiece is in your other ear.
I hate you.
I love you.
Hold on.
There you go.
We need a guest. Merab Dvalishvili, can you please save us from this clown show that's going on out here? You look great. How you feeling, my friend?
I'm good. I feel good. You know, I just made weight, and now I can drink and be happy again.
So when you look at what Henry brings to the table, certainly one of the most important and toughest tests of your career, biggest concern going into this one, or do you feel like this is more about you as opposed to him?
It's more about me. Of course, I respect Henry Cejudo. He's been great champion, and he's a great athlete. He's a big challenge for me, but it's all about me now. Now I have a big challenge in front of me, and I have to win against him, and it's my time, you know. I was in this training camp. I was focused on myself, and not about Henry Cejudo. I'm gonna do whatever I do best, and that's how my mentality is now.
How much does it help you to have a guy who has fought him in Aljamain Sterling in the preparation for this one?
The fact I have Aljamain Sterling, it's always been helpful for me. Just training with him or hang out with him, you know. Of course, he's the best, and always. Of course, it's important for me, but because of he fought Henry, it's not gonna help me because Henry is the challenge, and I tell you, he's challenge for me, and he's a good fighter. But you know, because of Aljo already fought him, nothing's gonna help me. You know, I have to fight hard, and I'm sure Henry was training hard to beat me. So. But I'm gonna make sure it's not gonna happen. I should be winner on February 17th.
Okay. Hey, how you doing, Merab? You look good, brother, by the way. You look good.
Thank you, Bobby.
Hey, so this is my question. You and Aljamain both have fought Henry. I mean, well, you're gonna fight him. How do you think your wrestling's gonna do compared to Aljamain's wrestling?
If we're talking about straight wrestling and grappling, I think maybe they both better than my grappling and wrestling. They maybe, but it's a fight, you know. I'm not focused on only wrestling or grappling, you know. It's a fight. I'm looking for just knockout punch, or I'm looking for any opportunity to just shoot or punch or kick. It's MMA fight. That's why I'm different than everybody. You know, I grapple, but you know, if I need to, I can strike. And you know, I'm not only grappler. People think I'm just gonna wrestling. No, just be ready for everything. You know.
Okay, I feel it. I feel it. I understand.
Yes, sir.
So my next question then, I be seeing little social media. I be on the social media stuff, and I did not know that you were that freaking funny. My question is, did you know that you were getting this funny? You good at this, bro.
Thank you, sir. I was always funny, just I put it out there now, you know. I think about more, and then I just make some cool posts to make fun of some people, you know, or I love make fun of myself, you know. And yeah, I like positivity. I like make people laugh, and I like make jokes. And you know, I don't like drama. I love good positive energy. You know, that's what I'm doing now. And I'm glad you like Bobby, and then I'm sure a lot of people likes too.
Well, we love it all, Merab, and you like to
Thank you,
entertain
Mike.
people in the octagon more than anything. Henry Cejudo says that if he loses to you tomorrow night, he's going to retire. What do you make of that?
That means he's gonna fight me hard. You know, I'm sure he don't want to retire, and then he has a big goal. You know, he wants to be champion again, and he wants to beat me. So, yeah, for him it's in table, either everything or nothing. It's a killer mentality what he has now. So, and I think I have same. You know, me. I never had this opportunity fight for the title. Then this is my only one goal now to get this opportunity and make my people and my fans happy. And I'm gonna do everything for this.
Well, you talk about you making your fans happy. I saw on the Countdown show the little feature they did where you were raised in Georgia. How proud are you gonna be to be able to fly back there as the UFC bantamweight champion of the world? All the people come out the villages. It's Merab Day. I mean, how good is that going to feel?
Oh, that would be really crazy, because I know how people love me in my country and how they support me, and like already so many young generations just follow me, and they look up me. So I can only imagine if I go Georgia as a champion, the whole country will wait for me in the airport, and they will be so happy, and that will be really happy moment for small country Georgia. You know, that would be like, you guys will see. Even after this fight, I'm planning to go Georgia, and I'm gonna post more professional posts in my social media, and you guys will see how many supporters I have there, or general, just in Europe, or just, I feel it actually now wherever I go, man. I have so much support, and I want to thank all these fans and all these true UFC fans that who supports me. You know. I want to tell them thank you so much, you know, because that's the one of the reasons why I'm fighting hard, and these people give me so much energy and so much motivation just to be a hard worker.
Merab, I know you drove in from Las Vegas here to Anaheim,
Yes.
but it's before 9:30 in the morning when you weighed in. And how about the fans that were already here cheering you on? I mean, you talk about how much you appreciate them. They appreciate you. Look at all these people with their phones in the air. This is incredible.
Yeah. I tell you guys, yeah, people really supports me, and yeah, now you guys see in your eyes, and you will see more, you know. I love these people, and You know, I love to be UFC fighter, and I live in my dream, and I love what I do, and I have so many years left of me. You know, I wanna be just keep fighting. You know, I changed my lifestyle. You know, I moved to Las Vegas. I stay focused here more. Like I stay away from my family and my close people. I'm not going Georgia more than 1 week because it's too sweet there. I'm not leaving New York because it's too good there, because I have so many friends and family members there and big Georgian community there and so many Georgian restaurants. I want to be in desert here in Las Vegas. I want to be hungry, I want to be sharp, and I want to be full-time UFC fighter. That's what I'm doing now. That's what I'm focusing on, and just I want to keep fighting longest I'm here.
There you go, the machine. The one thing you left out is you want to be champion, and I have no doubt someday that you will be, my friend. Enjoy the ride.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, sir. Step by step. That's it. Thank you.
There you go. One step at a time. He's
Thank you, guys.
back from that hand surgery. He's feeling good.
I have never seen a crowd like that for an official weigh-in.
Right.
That's not a ceremonial weigh-in. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was a great point. And he does have one of these infectious personalities, and we have a lot of personalities here on this card, right? In addition to champions and great fighters, and certainly Merab is one of those guys. You've seen Volk with his old man skit that was awesome, and Paulo Costa is Paulo Costa, you know. So we do have a lot of great personalities here. So we're gonna rank our top 5 online personalities in the UFC right now. And let's start. RJ's joining us.
RJ.
Let's start with RJ.
Personality, so I assume we have to leave ourselves off, because that would be too self-serving, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Clearly I'm not going to do that.
Bisping probably put himself on there. Anyway.
That's breaking the rules. I didn't do it for rightful reasons. Number 5, Bilal Muhammad. All that personality, hopefully he gets in that title shot that he's been trying to get.
Yeah, I got to say, the Falafel Mafia skit, that was fantastic. That was so good.
Mike Perry, not skits. He's not trying. He's just
He's just hilarious.
Yeah.
Just Mike Perry.
I'm 2% black.
Number 3, Chael Sonnen. Just the best mouthpiece ever the sport's ever had. 2, Dean Thomas. Just a one-man show wherever he goes. And number 1, Derek Lewis. Now,
so this is kind of a horseshit list. Like you're not even. I thought we were doing current fighters.
Yes, thank you.
What is happening?
Whoa.
so graphics department, Derek.
Yep.
Before Derek Lewis made his UFC debut, 7 years ago, he'd found it when he only had 1,000 Instagram followers. He was even crazier back then. So he was like, oh, I wonder if this guy makes it big. Is he going to tame it down? No,
not at all.
Not at all. Not even kind of.
I think he keeps getting kicked off, because I looked for him the other day. I couldn't find his account.
A bullshit list is correct.
Right?
I was told current fighters on the UFC roster, because my list sucks now.
Your list that says UFC funniest online
personality. Yeah. Current fighters.
And by the way,
I don't see current anywhere.
I apologize, because if you play by RJ's rules, you could be at the top of your own list.
Yeah, but which I'm not a day.
I had your rule, because I was in the meeting and they just said personalities.
Personalities, and I read.
Yeah,
when
I didn't get the memo at all.
See the subtle
Okay.
jabs? I was in the meeting and I read.
I just got a private message from Zach. Hold on. I'm touching the right ear. He goes, Laura, you're right.
Wrong ear. I'm sorry. I'm going to hijack the show, because I'm sorry. They've gone to a lot of effort making a list and typing things. Well, my list is out the window. I'm sorry, I'm going rogue, because I didn't know this. Right? Quinton Rampage Jackson, for sure, has to be on there. Chael Sonnen has to be on there. I'll allow Conor McGregor to be on there as well. He is on the list. But of course, we got to have. Well, we'll go with Paulo Costa. He's pretty funny. But Merab, this guy from Georgia. He's very funny online.
This is the funniest shit, bro. This what made me a fan of him. Like, all right, now you're doing some funny shit, bro.
I mean,
Where's the audio?
This is where, I mean, number one, he was
great.
hilarious when he went in and took Sugar Sean's jacket.
Oh, that was the best.
I mean, come on. Absolutely
So
hilarious. And now he's here. Look, I don't know who his editor is, doing a very, very good job here, but the shit talking in this, but whilst being polite and entertaining, was very, very funny.
Did you see his Valentine's post?
I did not.
There was a really beautiful woman that came to his door while he was working out, and she had like alcohol and chocolates, and of course she's looking all sexy, and he's just like shuts the door in her face because.
Yeah. This is the funniest part to me, is when he does the, in front of the camera, the ha, 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 and he gets this little flying knee. He's gonna do the flying knee too, watch. Here it comes, wait, where's it at, where's it at?
Is this Professor?
He's like a game show host from like...
It's like a game show host meets like a timeshare presentation at the same time.
It's like an Eastern European game show host.
Make a great substitute teacher.
What do you have, rule follower?
Me?
Yeah.
I do follow the rules.
Yeah.
It's real hard to read.
At number 5, I need to give some love to Angela Hill. She's pretty funny. Her impression of Stephen A. Smith is very, very good. She does a great job with that. I had Paulo Costa. I mean, the fact that he brought up Mike Perry in that skit with Nina Drama, I was crying yesterday. Jordan Levitt, okay? Jordan Levitt has embraced the fact that he doesn't exactly fit into the typical macho UFC stereotype. The man is married and has children and has no problem doing the splits and twerking, and I love it. And he makes fun of himself, and it's very funny. Marab, the red jacket incident, he had me at that. And the number one, Dean Thomas, okay? Dean Thomas is an underrated social media follow. A lot of it's cringy, but this.
What the?
Look at the smile.
What the? Oh, shit.
I spit. Watch him blink. Watch him do the blink.
Yeah. Look. Listen. That video there, good shout
My
on
guy,
Dean.
yeah.
Good shout on Dean. That's why I had Connor on there. Not necessarily
He doesn't mean to be funny anymore.
intentional
No.
humor.
Yeah.
You know, like the voice notes, just abusing people. I've been on the receiving end. I find them very, very funny.
Yeah, my guy Dean. I mean, yeah. Did you see when he turned you and I into Ron Burgundy?
Who did that? Dean?
Dean did. It was hilarious. Veronica Corningstone and Ron Burgundy.
Oh,
It
really?
was great.
I've got to see that.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. So, man, I gotta live up to all those. Let me go with my list. Okay, so top 5. I'd say 1, Alex Pereira. That guy is
good.
freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
Like the way he plays with DC, does all these little games with him. Like he did the golf thing. You know, he's great. Paulo Costa, you always got to keep your eyes on Paulo Costa. He's always shooting these missiles at all different fighters at random times, so I love his stuff. My other one, number 3, Bryce Mitchell. Bryce Mitchell doesn't even try to be funny, but he's hilarious because he's so serious. Like, he's so serious that you have to laugh at it because we know he's serious. When he talks about God, he means it and he's not joking. But it still has a little funny that goes off to it.
And the flat earth as well.
Yes, exactly. Oh, he's too serious. Don't even joke with him about that, bro. He'll get pissed.
That he just takes a screw gun right to his scrotum too.
What
Remember
the?
that?
It's hilarious.
No, I think you guys got him backwards.
Unintended comment.
In there because I was supposed to say Marab was supposed to be 2nd, and number 1 was supposed to be Jamal Hill. Jamal Hill is freaking hilarious. I think this guy can be an actor. What he's done doing the fighting stuff, he can go be like the next Martin or something like that. You'll see him in a big dress and with some wigs. Like he wears all kind of weird, funky stuff. So the video that I liked, he was doing a version of Keith Lee. Keith Lee has the cooking guy.
Oh, the food. Yeah.
And so the way he talks in his videos, he's like all like so blah 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 blah, and he just says it like a certain way. And then I'm looking at my feed, and here's Jamal doing the same thing. He's like, I'm gonna respond to you in the Keith Lee version. So actually, that didn't happen like that. Blah blah blah. You got to see it yourself.
He does.
Jamal's a fucking hilarious guy. Fucking hilarious.
All right, so I followed the rules that I thought I was supposed to follow, and I don't love my list right now. I actually don't like my list at all right now.
Where were you at the format meeting? We had a format meeting.
I was working. So unfortunately, I
do you want to name drop who you were working with?
No, I was just working. But here's my list, right? I don't think Sean Strickland's that funny. He's just so far out there, I felt like I needed to put him on the list. Johnny Walker, I like the demeanor. He doesn't do a bunch of skits, but Johnny Walker's kind of goofy, funny sometimes.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a little bit different. O'Malley just with the hair. He does a couple of the skits, the Merab type skits that I like. Bryce Mitchell's just Bryce Mitchell. To your point, I don't think he tries to be funny. It's just the Southern drawl.
Yeah.
Posting the picture of the bloody boxers after he stapled his scrotum or drilled a hole through it or whatever. And then Derek Lewis is
My balls are hot.
hilarious. You know, I don't know exactly what clip they picked because I said just pick one because there were so many, whether he's talking about having sex during fight weeks, whether he's talking about his balls being hot. But here's Derek
He's
Lewis.
okay.
You know, plus all the training and all the sex I've been getting, yeah, my body needs some time off.
How do you celebrate the victory over Volkov?
Probably just gonna go home, throw my wife's legs up in there and see what goes from there.
You know my favorite part about that clip was Bisping going, ha, 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 ha.
He's a very funny guy.
It's so hard to have
He's
Derek Lewis
really
because you're
funny.
like, oh, let's get one that's not gonna like break copyright law or get us fired. So that's only like the 17th best video of Derek Lewis, but the top 16
No, but
count.
it's the he's okay stuff that he posts online all the time. You know, it's always showing somebody getting really, really badly hurt or injured.
Yeah.
He's okay. You know, they are funny.
That's the one I missed. I didn't put him on my list, and I feel stupid that I didn't put him on my list.
Your list was very
Sheesh.
good, Bobby.
Yeah, don't feel bad,
Yes.
Bobby. You did great.
Hey, Bobby,
I quit.
I'm right there. I'm right there with you. All right, let's get a little more serious now as we look at this fight between Cejudo and Merab. Which one of these guys would be the bigger test for the champ, for Sean O'Malley?
Look at your phone.
Say one more time.
Look at your phone.
Oh, too busy to attend format
Yeah,
meetings.
you
You
were.
guys gonna throw?
No.
I thought we
Literally,
were gonna wait for the third.
Your
hour
one
show.
job.
Look at what font? I
Yeah,
can
look
in my
at
ear, they're saying, look at the font.
So on the screen, there's a font.
Too
there you
busy
go,
to
yeah.
attend format meeting. Is that me or you?
Well, did you attend it?
No, I didn't. I did. I was on the phone. I was on the phone.
He was literally.
I was getting
he
a
was
haircut.
getting a haircut.
Yeah, I was like, look at
Getting
this
a haircut
Hollywood
on
motherfucker.
screen.
Hold on.
He was getting a haircut.
Are you shitting me? You're getting a haircut during the meeting?
Yeah.
multitasking.
Mr. Tom Cruise over here.
Yeah, I was getting, you know, it's not easy to try and look somewhat acceptable.
He's working on that
there, but
acting
he
gig. He's
wasn't
got to be
really
looking good all the
there.
time.
Yeah.
It was Bobby and I, and that was about it.
At least I was actually working with like celebrities. All right, jeez. Okay, back to the question we were talking about. Bigger test for the champ, Sean O'Malley. Is it Merab or is it Henry, depending on who comes out of it?
Oh, do you know what? They're both very, very tough stylistic matchups, and in some ways you can draw a lot of similarities. I think the tougher test, if I'm brutally honest, would be Cejudo, because he would come at that pure wrestling pedigree, right? And O'Malley, because of the tallness, because he's very lean, obviously that's how he makes 135. Guys like that they're not easy to take down, but it can often be their kryptonite. So I think a really strong wrestler like Cejudo or Merab, they're both going to give O'Malley problems. Both going to be big issues, but if you want an answer, I'll say Henry.
I lean Merab only because I think that he's so sticky and relentless the way that he wrestles. I feel like Henry would strike with him at least for portions. Merab's just going to go out there and try to find his legs, and even if he gets him down and he gets back up, he's just going to take him down again. And that stifling, I mean, that would just ruin Sean O'Malley's approach, because Sean needs space, he needs distance to get his kicks off, to get his tricky lateral movement going. And man, I think Merab would be a real nightmare.
Yeah,
They both would, to your point, Michael. They both would be really hard.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say the same thing. Like Merab, I will go with Merab because he's just going to stick to one game plan. And as we saw with Sean, that was probably the biggest hole in his game, was dealing with the wrestling and being on his back. Merab's not going to get away from that. Henry's going to take some time and try to show you different looks, and then get to that point. And hopefully he doesn't get knocked out in that point. Merab's just going to go straight to it. I don't care what you're going to do. He has more of that Khabib-like nature. This is what I'm going to do. I'm known for this, and I'm not going to hide it. Here I come.
You've convinced me. I totally agree with you both, actually, because Merab would just go forward. He wouldn't give O'Malley
Did I just win an
second
argument
to
with
breathe. You didn't win an argument. It's just me realizing the bigger picture
just
and
let
just
me-
looking
just
at
let
the
me-
details and the facts and listening.
Well, I
you know?
helped. I kind of
And-
threw it
and
in
it
there.
was more Bobby. It was the way Bobby phrased it.
Yeah, he didn't like when you was talking about sticky and stuff.
Yeah.
Pause,
I was like-
pause.
But when you said it, he's like, oh, this makes a lot of sense.
When it came from a man's mouth.
I was just waiting for you to say
You
it.
had too
I
many
was just
sticky
waiting for you to
words.
say
You
it.
know, those words are a little sticky. Doesn't go well with us.
You know what I appreciated about Merab when you asked him the question of who was the better wrestler? When he said, yeah, they're probably better wrestlers, but it's a fight.
Yeah.
You know, and that's when you're in a fight with Merab, I mean, he's just, I agree. That's a fascinating stylistic matchup if he's going to face O'Malley, because his nickname is so appropriate. He is a machine. He is relentless. He is sticky.
Yeah. Well, Henry Cejudo even alluded to that when we spoke to him in the fighting meeting the other day. He said, listen, of course, I'm a much better wrestler than what Merab is, but up against the fence, against the cage, it's a completely different ball game. And I even contributed and said, yeah, I'm not a wrestler. I never started off as a wrestler. I learned how to wrestle a little bit. But against the fence, I could take wrestlers down because there's certain techniques you can do there. So in a mixed martial arts fight, of course, it's not a wrestling rule set. And Merab probably is more effective.
Doesn't
like that,
Merab have the record for the most amount of takedowns?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's just gonna be relentless.
It's the non-stop, and it's literally non-stop forward pressure, non-stop.
You know what that is, Bobby? That's what we call a segue, because that leads us right into our next game. Bull crap or fact. Okay, let's pass the whiteboards out, RJ. Thank you very much. Ilia Topuria looking to put Spain on the UFC map on Saturday night. And what is Spain known for? It's known for the running of the bulls. So we're going bull crap or fact. You guys are going to write BS or fact. All right.
Okay.
Question number 1, BS or fact. Alexander Volkanovski has the most knockouts in UFC featherweight history with 9.
In the UFC.
Featherweight history. 9
in
knockouts.
the UFC.
Yeah, in the UFC, correct. BS or fact? All right, turn him. BS is correct. Max Holloway has the most with 9. Volk has 4.
Okay.
All right, question number 2. Neil Magny has the most decision wins in UFC history with 14. Neil Magny has the most decision wins in UFC history with 14. Is that BS or is that fact?
I know Neil's up there. I know he got some work.
Are you
I don't know.
in DC
I don't
right
know.
now?
Let's turn him. Good cheating for Michael. Fact. It is a fact.
I
Neil
thought
Magny
Jim had
does
it.
have the most decision wins in UFC history with 14. All right, question number 3. Brad Tavares has the most wins in UFC middleweight history with 14. Brad Tavares has the most wins in UFC middleweight history with 14. BS or fact?
I do know the answer to this one, funnily enough.
Well, you better.
It's bullshit.
Why is it
guys.
BS?
Because there is only one king, and his name is Michael the fucking Count. Bisping.
Let's go!
Who has, by the way,
Why you gonna let me hate myself like that, dude? Why you give me a little
UFC
nudge?
middleweight wins.
5 wins at light heavyweight as well. Just throw that out there.
Let's go. Let him pop his shit.
Dustin Poirier has the most knockouts in lightweight history with 8. Dustin Poirier has the most knockouts in lightweight history with 8.
That's tricky.
Man.
BS or fact, my friends?
Sheesh. I don't even feel like I have a choice in this because I'm on that list. Sheesh.
Oh, I know.
All right, turn him. It is BS. Drew Dober.
Yeah.
That guy
I knew
too.
who it was. Yeah, Drew Dober.
The
I'm on that guy's
lightweight
list too.
KO
Sheesh.
King.
You got to be up there as well, though, Bobby.
Sheesh.
How many you have,
It's
Bobby?
not a good day for me.
How many you have?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't pay attention to
Yeah,
numbers.
we'll find out. Let's get research on that.
Old, I forget.
Kamaru Usman had the longest win streak in UFC welterweight history with 15. BS or fact?
And welterweight?
Yep. Longest win streak in welterweight history with 15 for Kamaru.
It's a tricky one, because we all know it comes down to him or George St. Pierre.
Yes, exactly.
Right? But was there a little Matt Serra blip along the way? Was there an ish?
Turn it. It is a fact.
There we
Disqualified.
go.
He had both
No.
written down.
Yeah,
I
that
feel like you
wasn't sure, but-
cheated.
Oh, Bisping cheated.
I
He
did
just
it. I
admitted
did
he
not
cheated.
cheat. I did not cheat. Run the tape. There was no
It must be
cheating.
whoever sits in that
I was like,
chair.
it's BS, and then I was like, hold
He
on
got
a minute.
marked cards.
There's a George St. Pierre blip. You heard the the working out. You didn't
GSP
have
has
to-
the second most with 12.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
know.
All right.
Yeah, I know.
Sergey
Don't wreck
Pavlovich.
our show, you
That's
hoser.
why I never put it.
Yeah,
That's why I said it was fact.
Sergey Pavlovich has the shortest average fight time in UFC history at 2:13 per fight. Sergey Pavlovich, shortest average fight time in UFC history, 2:13 per fight.
Hey, I wouldn't put it
BS or
past
fact?
him. I wouldn't put it past him. Sergey nasty. I can't put it past him. I'm gonna have to go with that one.
He's just like
I'm
hanging
gonna go
out.
with that one.
Yeah, we got you there.
Back to
It is
Mundo.
BS. Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall.
Your
210.
boy.
210 per fight. Sergey's second.
By 3 seconds?
3 seconds, dude. Those two guys are monsters. Speaking of monsters,
Tom needs to run this by me.
Merab has the most takedowns among active UFC fighters with 74. Merab
saw this
Dvalishvili
stat
has the
recently.
most takedowns among active UFC fighters with 74. BS or fact?
I saw this stat recently.
Come
I'll
on,
just-
Bisping, I have faith.
I'm not.
BS or fact? It is BS.
Oh,
Because I feel it's Clay Guida, the
Yeah.
takedown machine.
Of course. Damn.
dang.
That's what
My brother of war.
That's
Shout out
what
to
I was
Clay.
thinking.
Okay, Ilya Topuria is carrying the weight of Spain on his shoulders. He was born in Germany. Fact or blue? No, I can't. I can say bullshit. We're on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yes.
Say whatever.
I mean, listen,
Bullshit.
that's
You
how
can
you're
say
going to handle
whatever the fuck
yourself
you
as a TV professional. though.
Was Ilya born in Germany? Fact or BS? It is a fact. He
Sheesh.
moved when he was 7 years old to Georgia, then when he was a teenager to Spain.
Oh, okay.
So, are his family Georgian?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was born in
He was
Germany, but his
just-
family's Georgian.
They were just.
Oh, okay.
How about this?
On vacation.
Robert Whittaker was born in Australia. BS or fact?
You said Australia?
Australia.
Okay.
Was he born in Australia? BS or fact?
It's
Flip
too
him.
late. It's too late.
It is BS because he was born in New Zealand.
There we
Right.
go.
Australia when he was 1 month old.
And don't they got like
He's
a
got
thing,
that Maori
like,
blood.
don't call Australia New Zealand and New Zealand Australian? You don't do?
Yeah, they don't like to be called a Kiwi if they're not a Kiwi.
Yeah, okay.
Jeff Neal was a server at Texas Roadhouse in Dallas before he was a UFC fighter. BS or fact?
What you got, Sanko?
What you got?
Come on, let's have a look. Turn him. Turn him.
Turnip?
Let's go. That just sounded too true. Hands of steel.
Yeah.
Okay. Sanko gets this, she wins. If
set
she
the
doesn't, you
table.
get it. We have a tiebreaker. Anthony
Oh, no.
Hernandez was a
Fluffy.
tattoo artist while pursuing his MMA career. Anthony Hernandez was a tattoo artist while pursuing his MMA career. Is that fact or is
The
that BS?
pressure. I really want to win. Bullshit, bruh.
It is BS. Everybody gets it right. Sanko, winner, chicken dinner.
I don't feel like there's
I
enough
don't know, I feel
fanfare
like the
right now.
cards
Oh,
are
look at the
fixed.
confetti.
Oh, here we go.
It's almost like the Chiefs won, and then I won, and then
Don't bring the
they're
Chiefs into this,
champions,
okay?
And I'm a champion.
Well,
You are a champion for the moment. Oh, look at her! Disney theme.
Let
she's
it
a-
go. Oh, I can't sing. So we'll get
That sounded
fined.
good.
We'll
Do
get
it.
fined. We get fined if we sing.
Really?
You
I
can't
have
sing
an
the song
incredible
yourself?
voice, so.
Give him the little wink. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay.
If I spin around, will it stay with me? No. Okay. All right. Oh,
I want to see what I look like as a Disney
my bad.
princess.
I know.
You gotta pick a
Spinner.
spinner.
Can you turn me into a Disney princess?
Yeah, what happens if you
I
put
want
that
to
on
see
him?
it. Can we do it? Just
Oh,
out
I
of
don't know. That head
curiosity.
might be too big.
Yeah, turn me into Shrek.
That would be amazing. They're working on it.
All
You
right.
really like
All right,
Wreck-It
while we
Ralph.
wait. Oh!
Let's Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, let's go.
Not quite leading man material, but
That nose on
You'd
you,
be
bro.
like-
That nose.
Ah!
Oh, shit.
Let's go, Bobby. Yeah.
What the?
That is going to be the meme that America has been waiting
oh,
for.
you're everyone's dad. Look at
Yeah.
that.
You just look like
myself.
a nerd.
American Dad.
My neck's a little skinnier.
Yeah.
All right, who's spinning the wheel,
All
Sanko?
right,
Enough of this BS.
Since Bobby's new here, I have to make Bobby spin.
Bobby.
Sheesh. I gotta be the little.
And I gotta win Michael back.
What do you mean?
You know, win our friendship back.
Oh, we're good.
Oh, we are? Okay, good.
Why,
All right.
why wouldn't we be?
Well, you said you hated me a minute ago.
Oh, did I really?
So I gotta spin this wheel.
I forget things quickly.
I feel like the little. What is it?
I think it was because I called you an asshole.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, that's
I don't
fair
remember.
enough. I get that a lot. I'm standing up as well, Bobby.
I feel like I'm on Wheel of Fortune. You know, the ladies, and they go like, and they do a little.
Yeah.
There you
I'm
go.
gonna spin the wheel.
Spin it.
You know? Let's do this. Here we go. Here we go. Give me something good. Give me something good. Daddy needs something good. Disney princess.
You're a Disney princess.
What does he have to do for this one?
What I gotta do?
You got to talk about your favorite Disney princess of all time.
And like sell it.
Sheesh,
Needs to be
man, if I'm going to have to say all that, because there were some pretty Disney girls in there. Jasmine was cute.
It's not the princess you want to
Pocahontas.
sleep with. It's just who's your favorite.
Oh, well, I mean, my favorite, they gotta be cute. Elsa was kind of, you know, doing her thing, you know.
I mean, aren't all princesses cute in Disney movies?
There was a couple ones I was like, yeah, like Snow White. Snow White was like,
Yeah.
And
Jasmine
so-
had some nice curves.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But then there's like, what's the other one?
Which one?
My daughter's favorite one with the frogs. They were the frogs.
Oh.
Tiana. Yeah. So I guess I gotta go with a black girl, you know? Tiana, I'm gonna pick Tiana.
All right, so Tiana, you're number one. I like that. That's good. That was good. All right, you know who else is good? Ilya Topuria is good.
Yeah, he's
Undefeated,
really good.
the biggest fight of his career coming up, fighting for a title. Heck, he's been wearing the belt for most of the week, so certainly he feels like he's ready.
This man is a straight up savage.
The biggest career moment to date has officially arrived. 26-year-old who has picked up exactly where he left off regionally in the UFC.
Visual hizo una obra de arte. Van a ver lo que de verdad son las artes marciales mixtas. Y van a ver al matador en acción.
Ilya El Matador Topuria was born in Germany in 1997. But the fighter in him was born in Georgia. It was there that Topuria and his older brother began to excel in Greco-Roman wrestling. In 2012, his family emigrated from Georgia due to a conflict with Russia. And a few days after arriving in Alicante, Spain, his mother ran into a man with cauliflower ears on the bus.
Ella sabía que los luchadores teníamos, pues, esas orejas. Y se le acercó y le contó la historia de que tenía 2 hijos que querían encontrar un gimnasio de la lucha grecorromana. Le dijo que estaba entrenando en el gimnasio Climen Club. Mi madre me dijo que había quedado esa misma tarde justo en Plaza de Toros, quedamos con el hombre. Donde estamos grabando en las puertas de Plaza de Toros y nos llevó al gimnasio. Cuando entré, el ambiente, el panorama que vi me inspiró muchísimo y dije, este es el sitio.
After 2 years of training, Topuria was ready to make his MMA amateur debut. The debut came in the least expected way, in front of the Terminator himself.
Era un evento que se celebraba en nombre de Arnold Schwarzenegger. Imagínate, entras a pelear, eres un niño de, ¿qué? De 16, 17 años, vas a pelear y tienes a Arnold agarrado de la jaula viendo tu pelea. El hombre solo estuvo 10 minutos ahí. Y de 10 minutos, los 10 estuvo viendo mi pelea.
The event helped him secure additional amateur fights, and a year later, as soon as he turned 18, Topuria made his professional debut. After 8 fights in regional promotions, he signed with the UFC in 2020, and a 6-fight win streak earned him a title shot against current featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski.
3 años, ¿no? Para que llegara a esa pelea de campeonato. ¿Qué crees que te dio esa oportunidad?
Lo único que hice fue confiar, tener fe de que me iba a pasar y esforzarme como un c***. Es inevitable que salga victorioso de ese combate. Inevitable. Va a tener a uno enfrente que no sabe lo que significa rendirse. Uno que no tiene duda ninguna de que va a ganar ese combate.
Nothing. I'm good. Yeah, I just realized that. All right, welcome back. Going through a little traffic here. Ilia Topuria representing Spain. He has talked about wanting to fight Conor McGregor eventually in Spain, and who knows if he wins the belt. I'm certain there will be a fight in Spain at some point, but very important to that country. He is of Georgian descent. He was born in Germany, but he's been living in Spain since he was 15. So that brings to mind the most important fighters to their respective countries, and certainly he's going to be on some people's list. But Bisping, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, I could only imagine what kind of pressure this brings as like being like the only person from a country that kind of like spearheads an entire movement and like puts that country on the map. I can only imagine what that pressure feels like. It must be an immense burden to carry, and only a certain special type of individual could do that.
Luckily, it comes with preferential matchmaking.
So, RJ, Zhang Weili, okay, the Chinese champion. Remember her name. She's spearheading a movement for what, 1.3 billion people. Of course, she's got to be on there. Islam Makhachev, right? There's a lot of Dagestanis, but he's the only champion right now. Of course, when you think of Dagestan, you think of Khabib, but he has passed the torch since to Islam Makhachev. But then, of course, that brings us to South Africa's own Dricus du Plessis, okay? They put the nation on the map. There's a lot of fighters coming through from South Africa right now. Some incredible talent, Bobby. But yeah, Dricus du Plessis, there we go. That's the list. Again, the pressure these guys must feel.
Not bad, not bad. Interesting list. When I made this list, I thought about when you see these videos, you'll see the video of the person, they come home and they got the belt, or they can just go home and there's just this crazy crowd just going nuts after them. And every person I picked on this list has that feel. So number one, Conor McGregor. You're gonna see the entire country go nuts. You know, everybody's drinking and just in honor of him. You know what I mean? So Conor's number one. Number two, all of Mexico, Brandon Moreno.
Yeah.
Brandon Moreno's the Mexican god, you know? And so when I'm over in Mexico, that's all they talk about. And that impact that you see. And then my last one, you said, I don't know where to put this guy. You could pick him in Russia, you could put it Sweden, you could put his just anything. This guy has a following like no other in terms of when it comes to that Muslim background. Like I saw a video of him trying to get out in New York, and it was so crazy. Like they had the streets all blocked off, thousands of people were just everywhere. And so every person on that list has a real impact no matter where they go. It doesn't have to be their country. They can be in another person's country and still get that same feel.
RJ always tries to make his list very different, so I'm looking forward to this one.
I hate to disappoint you. I kind of went standard operating procedure here. Dricus du Plessis, champion in South Africa. The country went crazy for him. Weili, obviously. So I heard that once she became champion, that the Chinese broadcasting companies, like, went from like 3 million in advertising to like 50. Like she absolutely completely transformed like the MMA like industry out there. And then Conor McGregor. I mean, he's the biggest star ever in the history of the sport, biggest star in combat sports currently, and he's from Ireland. I mean, he could have been from anywhere, and he'd be the most influential guy there. Sorry to disappoint you.
Solid. No, good list. Good list.
Is it though?
Yeah, I like that list. Listen, my list is the same as Michael's, except for Chito Vera, right? He's from Ecuador. He's kind of
good one.
He's kind of the godfather of Ecuador. I know it's a small little country, but he's the most important MMA fighter there right now.
That's a good choice, Halle.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
And Zhang Weili, if you have to have a number one, like Weili's, it's it. 1.4 billion people are in Japan, right? Like that's 5x.
It's China.
China. I'm sorry. China. Yes.
But whatever.
Also, I feel like Yang Xiaonan might be annoyed by this conversation.
No, fair enough.
She's ranked number 2. That's my critique. Like both of you that put Yang. The whole point of this list.
That's crazy.
Billion people in Japan.
It's very tiny.
China. Apologies. China. Yes. Thank you.
Let's stop talking about it. That's so bad.
Glass house is Bisping. Glass house.
Right. I have to remember that.
The reason I didn't put Zhang Weili for China was because Yang Xiaonan is also from China, and she's ranked number 2.
You sound like Donald Trump right now.
I know,
right? No.
She's huge in China.
Huge in China.
Even bigger in Japan.
Huge.
I'm not going to live that one down.
I took this assignment to mean like that they carry as it says here, a singular weight. In other words, like they're really the only one, as Michael was for the UK for so very long. So for me, I have Dricus du Plessis on this list, of course. He is the only South African, and I'm not the first person to say this, so don't crucify me, the only person born in, still training in, and representing, and the entire continent of Africa. That is a singular weight. Shavkat Rakhmonov, while he's not the only Kazakh fighter, you can argue that the other ones, can anyone name them other than Azat Maksimovic?
Well, biggest surprise, she has Shavkat on another list. Oh, who would have
he
thunk
deserves to be there.
My goodness.
And then I put Ilia Topuria because although he's Georgian and born in Germany, he represents Spain. When he talks about bringing a UFC fight, he talks about bringing it to Spain. And when you talk about the crowds that Merab has brought out from Georgia, I mean, the crowd that Ilia Topuria brought out from Spain is absolutely crazy. This is just a morning weigh-in, 9 a.m. Like, a lot of people don't get to go to these official weigh-ins. But I can tell you from experience, they don't normally look like this. There's normally no one in the room.
They're not supposed to be open to the public.
That's crazy.
As you say, RJ, they're not even supposed to have access.
Yeah, normally they don't allow fans into those. It's wild.
I think just UFC security's dropping the ball around here. Like, how many people can sneak into the official weigh-ins?
But when you talk about somebody carrying a country, and I understand your point about China, but Zhang Weili, the first Chinese champion in a country of that size and that magnitude, you talk about the revenue and the numbers going up. I mean, that's just, it's staggering. It's
I considered her. Yeah, no, I did. But then Yan Xiaonan was just staring at me, and I was like, sorry, I can't do it.
She's not champ yet. She's champ.
But no, it's okay. You considered her. You thought about it. And you
Song
thought
Yudong.
No, you thought no.
There are enough Chinese fighters on the roster that it's not just her.
Spearheading a movement for the largest population. She's a female, but you considered it. And said no.
She thought about it for a minute. Let's take a look at the scale. Still a few fighters yet to weigh in. We do have two left to weigh in. Mackenzie Dern and Marcos Rogerio de Lima. He does have to weigh in, even though Justin Tafa is out and that fight's canceled for an injury. Listen to this, though. I don't want to give you too much yet. They could actually be working on a fight for Marcos Rogerio de Lima, so he could weigh in, and somebody else could be stepping in for the injured Justin Tafa. We're working on it right now in the back. This could happen, so there could be 12 fights, not 11, here in Anaheim at UFC 298.
Who has a heavyweight corner person here? Let's start guessing.
That's more research for me to do last minute.
How about, but stepping in on less than, about 24 to 28 hours notice.
So is that the fastest? That is already licensed in California.
It can only happen at heavyweight, obviously, right?
Exactly.
So they're going to have to get their blood work done to make it official. They obviously have to weigh in. And I can tell you this, that the person who it could be does have an upcoming fight, so they are already in camp right now. Let's see if it happens. Let me a little tease. Got about 30 minutes. Little weigh-in show drama. Bobby, you didn't know this was coming, did you?
I think that's gonna be the fastest weigh-in. I mean, is that the record for the fastest, shortest?
I mean, pretty quick. There's still, a lot of people waited very quickly, but.
I'm talking about to accept a fight.
Oh,
well, we don't know yet.
Is that the record for right now if he does?
You mean in terms of the shortest notice?
Yes, exactly.
I don't know. Let's put our research team on that. There have been other people on a card who got elevated into a different fight, Iaquinta. But in terms of a fresh opponent who wasn't on the card at all, not moving to a different fight, I don't think that's happened before. Megan O'Leary is with our champ, Alex Volkanovski, for a little bit more on what he has been preparing for leading up to his 6th title defense.
I never thought I'd struggle with it, but I mean, like, for some reason, when I wasn't fighting or in camp, sorry.
After your last fight with Islam, you talked about, hey, I need to be active. It's better for my mental health. I can't just sit. What was it about where you were in that time that compelled you to share it with the world?
Look, I had mixed emotions about
people seeing me like that, but I'm glad people see me like that because it did raise some questions for fighters. So many people reached out, you'd be surprised. So I'm proud of that.
Before we get into what the future may hold, really want to know how you would assess your 2023.
I was busy. I bought in 2023 fit 3 fights, a couple of moving up fights. They didn't go exactly to plan, but still a busy year defending the belt. And obviously, again, the last one didn't go exactly how we'd like, but hey, that's a risk you're willing to take, especially when you're chasing greatness.
Well, you're Alexander the Great for a reason.
There is no denying that UFC featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski is that guy.
How do you evaluate risk versus reward?
I know I always talk about being in my prime. You know, a lot of people are like, how long is this prime going to last? So I ask myself that question. I'm still feeling great, but how long do I feel great for? So that comes into play and comes a part of my decisions a lot. And that being with my the rematch. What if that rematch never happens? What if he moves up and I don't get that rematch? I'm going to have to go for it. I definitely still want to chase that lightweight division. In the first fight, he's seen what happened. I'll break him again.
Oh! Big stick with a left hand by Volkanovski.
Massive right hand, the biggest moment of the fight.
Incredible fight by both men.
The pace of this fight was ridiculous.
A standing ovation.
What are your thoughts on your invincibility at 145 and why you are the king and why you hold that throne there?
It's just my preparation.
That's it, that'll do it.
I feel like I've got more drive than these contenders trying to chase me for the belt. The fact that I've been competing against people a lot bigger than me, and the fact that I still do that today, a lot of people won't put themselves in that position. You know, I'm always looking for the harder rounds, the people that are going to put me in worse positions. The more and more I do that, the more invincible I feel, especially at featherweight.
Beautiful right hand by the champ.
I rise to the occasion every single time. I don't ever let it get to me, and I'm very calculated in what I do, and that is inside and outside of the octagon.
Volk is going for it.
And still!
This guy just showed that he's next level.
That was a master class, a masterpiece.
You're facing Ilia Topuria. He is your next challenge. He looks to take that featherweight title off of you. He said things like, Alex doesn't stand a chance. How do you view his confidence and where he is at right now with this opportunity that's in front of him?
Yeah, it definitely can be positive to be that confident. I'm expecting him to be as good as he thinks he is. And he thinks he's the man, so I'm going to prepare as if he is that good. I don't think he's at that level, but I'm preparing for that level. Because I'm preparing for someone that I believe is a lot better than Ilia.
Oh!
I ain't going to be surprised by anything. He's going to be in for a rude shock. He's going to crumble, and you could see him crumble pretty easily in February, and that's what I plan on doing. And good learning session for him, I think. Bell's coming home with me.
What are we starting with? Oh, wow. When you talk about the pound-for-pound guys, Volk is what, number 3 on the list right now? We're going to get into that in just a minute, but when you focus on that piece and just how forthright he was about what fighters deal with, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how honest he was about that last fight. What's the first thing that comes to mind?
I was just really grateful that he was so honest about it because I think, you know, you talk to any fighter and they will look at everybody's fighting for a reason, right? People don't choose this this profession because they don't have things to work out in their life. And I think for him to be so open about the struggles that he had not being in camp and not kind of knowing his identity outside of being a fighter, I think a lot of fighters can understand that and take away from that. And the more I feel like that we can be open about men's health or men's mental health in particular, the more we can talk about it, the better. But I think it just really, it humanizes him, right? Because a lot of times you see he's the great, right? And he's all fighters, you guys included, there's a superhumanness. So when you're allowed to kind of peek behind the curtain and see that they do have struggles and they do have hard times, it really does have an impact on people to be able to see that.
Yeah, I feel like it's, like you said, making them more human, but letting everybody know, because I know that the general public sometimes may look at you like, oh, you don't go anything, you're the champ, you're the man, you don't experience anything, you know? Like, no, he actually has more problems than the average. And so I think it's really deep. It was really deep to show fighters, the young and up-and-comers, on how they're gonna deal with adversity, you know? These things that are gonna come to you as you get later and later in your career, all the things that you have to come by as a fighter, just something, the crossroads that you're gonna have to come and deal with. It's a part of the game, and this is how he dealt with it. Is going to give the other fighters the motivation and to do better, you know, and be in those moments. And hey, he did it like this. I know I can do it now.
Yeah, no, that's a great point, Bobby. But I think even more so, just for the members of the public, for people watching this, for young men, young boys, people in general, because when you look at UFC fighters, somebody like Alexander Volkanovski, that's an alpha male, that's a world champion that steps in there and fights in this kind of environment. You think, wow, they're going to be so tough. They've got to be so mentally strong. And, you know, to see them be so open with their feelings and their emotions and revealing that they are vulnerable and they do have mental health kind of issues here and there will help them to confront their own issues, because there's still this stigmatism that it's weak, you know, that you're a pussy, that you shouldn't think about that stuff, that you've got to man up and just get on with it, you know. And the sad stat is that a lot of people still commit suicide and because they don't feel comfortable talking about it. Seeing somebody like Volkanovski being so honest will help them come forward. Go talk to somebody. Talk to somebody, because, listen, it's a real thing.
It wasn't that long ago that you were wearing the belt around your waist, but it wasn't
pretty long ago.
It wasn't that long ago where male athletes didn't talk about this vulnerability, and now you see it in all leagues and all sports, right? You see NFL players talking about it, you see NBA players talking about it, and now you're seeing the gladiator of all gladiators, you know, Alexander Volkanovski and other UFC fighters talk about it. It's okay. It's not shrouded, you know, in darkness in a corner of the room, and you're not allowed to talk about it anymore. I think that has to be enlightening for most people who've been in your position.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've had some tough losses over the years, and I never talked about them. I always just put like a joke and a smile on the end of everything. But all of us, we all suffer inside. We all want it. We all want to have we have our goals, our dreams, our aspirations, you know, and the life we want to give to our family and things like that. And I remember after one big loss, I never talked about it at all, put a joke and a smile on it, and then one day I just broke down crying in tears in my bedroom. My wife ran up and said, "What's going on?" And I don't know. I saw the Rocky movie and Rocky's crying his bloody eyes out. Oh, bloody hell, Adrian! You know, but there it is again, putting a joke on it. But we all suffer. We all suffer, you know. So I think it was really brave of Volkanovski to do that, and it's a powerful message.
Yeah, I agree. Just to be out there and be open with ourselves, especially as fighters. Like, one thing that we deal with is being judged not only by the public, but our other fighters, you know? Like, I would be afraid to show weakness because my future opponent can say, oh, that's a weak man, and I can take him now. To be human enough to show my weakness and show I'm still strong, even in my weakness, to be able to be open about it and say, this is what I've dealt with, this is what I went through, and I've grown from this, and I had a little hiccup, but I'm okay. I think that's going to be great for the future kids that are coming.
Yeah, we even saw Paddy Pimblett have an emotional message about mental health about 1.5 years ago after he won in the UK regarding one of his good friends. So
important stuff.
It is important, and certainly it's in the forefront now, unlike it has been in the past. All right, let's talk about pound for pound, as I was getting to a little bit earlier. Volk is number 3 on that list right now. Let's go top 5. We'll start with you, Senko.
Okay, I'm just going to rip through these. I have Islam Makhachev at number 1. I've got John Jones at number 2. I've got Volkanovski at 3. I've got Tom Aspinall at 4 and Alex Pereira at number 5 because he's proven it in a couple different weight classes.
All right.
Bobby Green.
All right, you guys are going to like me, but number 5, I got Justin Gaethje. Y'all forgot the BMF champ. BMF is important. Charles Oliveira. Then I'm going to go Islam. I have number 2 because he took on all the challenges. Alex is number 2, and the greatest of all time, John Jones.
Dude, that's lightweight heavy, huh? You got 3 of those guys in your weight class?
Yeah,
My God.
It's all about the lightweights. What do you mean?
Hey,
for the
toughest weight class in MMA.
I feel like Laura Sanko's cheating yet again. I have Islam at number 1, Jones at number 2, Volkanovski at number 3, Tom Aspinall at number 4, and number 5, Leon Edwards.
I'm sorry that you don't
The cards are marked.
agreeing with a woman, but
I know, it's embarrassing.
it's hard. It's hard.
It's weird.
It's weird.
There's no logic to it.
RJ, bring some logic to this.
So activity matters. So John Jones is the greatest fighter of all time, but currently I'm having him number 5. He's fought 1 time in 4 years. Activity matters. Then Leon Edwards 4, Charles Oliveira 3, Alexander Volkanovski 2, and Islam Makhachev, who beat number 2 twice. Easy list to make.
All right. I like the list. Very strong.
Good.
Senko's and Bisping's might have been a little bit too similar. Oh, and I heard the rule follower, the always 5 minutes early, added Alex Mejia a little bit late, which is why the graphic wasn't correct. Our graphics people had it correct. Senko changed her list last minute.
Oh, did you really?
Oh, did I?
You know who wouldn't do that?
Me.
Mackenzie would never, ever do something like
As in Dern?
I mean,
No.
As in
No.
Mackenzie Pavlovich.
We've got Mackenzie Dern on here. What's going on, Mackenzie?
We're talking ice cream?
We are talking ice cream again because, Dan, you were the only person in Salt Lake City that got to experience the ice cream extravaganza. So I went and found ice cream tacos. We had to do tacos in California, sweet rolled tacos earlier this week. They were incredible. You're going to get to taste them in a second.
Yes.
But we dove right in and we made a special UFC 298 taco. Well, we've all heard of fusion cuisine, but Sweet Roll Tacos right here in Orange County takes two of my favorite things, tacos and ice cream, and combines it into a dream scenario. So today we're gonna take a taste. All right, well, I'm here with Donovan, the mastermind behind Sweet Roll Tacos, and I understand we have a special UFC taco today.
Yes, today we have a special ice cream taco for UFC. And the ingredient for this ice cream taco is chocolate with coconut chocolate with chocolate drizzle inside and outside, and on top of that we have whipped cream and edible rollies.
I'm very excited to see how this is made and to try it. So Andrew?
Andrew will make it for you guys.
Great, thank you. Take it away, Andrew.
All right. First, we're gonna pour this bad boy out. Then I'm gonna start spreading it just so that it starts to freeze a little faster. Keep the tools nice and clean. Bring it together.
I think the process, because you have to freeze it, takes a long time, but I tried earlier, and this is very delicate.
Oh, yeah.
Process as we're speaking, this is freezing because this is negative 20 degrees.
Yeah, just around. This is negative 21 right now, so it's warmer, a little bit warmer, but I can make it work.
A little bit warmer, you know.
Right, have it all together. Now, time for UFC.
UFC 298, guys. Had to bring out the stops. And this is where the real joy comes, from the roll. How long did it take you to master this process?
I truly believe it took me 2 weeks to be able to do it, but everybody's still learning. Like, I learned like 3 years in the process how to make it soft in the center, so
Okay.
it's a process.
Truly an art form. I don't even want to touch it because honestly, you did such a beautiful job. Got the featherweight title on the line, so we can't have a UFC ice cream taco without some gold, ladies and gentlemen.
Go for gold.
Stunning. Okay, well, Donovan, the moment I have been waiting for all morning. I think it's time for the taste test.
All right.
Special, shall we cheers?
Cheers.
Thank you.
One by one.
Okay, wait. Easier to eat than I thought it would be.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. The coconut?
It's just so good, right?
Very good. Well, I wish there was a way to share these with everyone on set without them melting.
Yes, we can bring ice cream taco to Honda Center and make it fresh in front of you guys.
Wait, you can make these anywhere?
Yes, we can make it anywhere.
Oh my gosh, well, we will have to have you, but in the meantime, I'm gonna finish.
All right, let's dive in.
More cheers.
All right.
There we go. Well, as you guys can see, well, you can't see, but everyone else has dug in. But Bobby, I know you're in camp for 300. We made you a special mini one.
Jeez, look at this little guy.
Here, tilt it so they can see.
Why's he got
the
a sad
nutrition team
face?
can see, because you can't eat the whole thing, you know?
Oh, so he's sad. Let's see if I
Okay,
can
so that
see
just
that
so
sad
the
face.
chefs don't come for me later, and the nutrition team,
Look at that guy.
we made him a special small one. Now I'm here with Andrew and Donovan from Sweet Roll Tacos, which is in Garden Grove. I know this is the first of ice cream tacos, rolled ice cream tacos, I think anywhere. What inspired you to start this?
Me and my brothers started this one in 2017, and we were doing a lot of research, and we came up with this ice cream taco, which make it unique, so everyone can enjoy it.
Yeah, and I know you said you were testing out a lot of flavors in your garage for a while. You then told us you had to pick up running to make sure that the ice cream didn't catch up with you. What's your favorite of all the flavors you've got?
I got cookie and cream, coffee and cream, and pistachio, and we have like 30 flavors in our store.
Yeah, and earlier this week we got to see the master at work of the rolling of the tacos. I know you've been doing this for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
What is the key to mastering the roll? Because I tried it, guys. It's really hard, and I ended up having like 2 different lanes of rolled ice cream.
Honestly, it's just like you just gotta keep like learning. I've been doing this like 3-4 years, and I still like find new ways to like learn. So like I stopped by at Cold Stone, sorry, but like I stopped by and I saw the way they were mashing the ice cream differently than how we would chop it, and I was like, oh wow, like I'm learning like new things from like different spots.
So you
even
stole
though
their secrets?
no,
That was amazing.
no. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm glad you enjoyed.
This thing's is gone in
Can
like
I have
record
the other
time.
one?
Yeah, I mean,
This one.
I like they got something with the cone. Like they did something
good
like a
ice
little
cream.
cinnamon in the cone or something. Yeah, bro. You got me with this one.
Bisbing asked
The
for
cone is
no
fire.
cream in his coffees,
Laura,
but he's
how's
having
yours?
2 ice creams.
I have the Cinnamon Toast Crunch one, and it is a breakfast
Can we
delight.
get a camera
How
on
you
the
get cinnamon
ground
toast
below
crunch?
Bisping?
I
What
know.
the-
It's really good.
Michael, did you
Well,
make a mess?
listen,
I mean, they're mess worthy. I can confirm.
very
I made
nice.
them. We ate them earlier this week.
yeah, they're really good.
I know what you're going through right now. It's
It's
amazing.
delicious. It really is.
It's a wonderful journey. Well, guys, thank you so much. Sweet Roll Tacos. Check it out
Thank you, guys.
in Garden Grove here, right outside Anaheim. You won't regret it.
They're so good.
Absolutely not. That is delicious.
Fire.
Thank you guys so much.
Fire.
Thank you guys. Really appreciate you stopping by. Mackenzie Dern hasn't had ice cream in a while. She looks fantastic.
Jeez.
Wow.
I mean, you kind of got me off guard there. Mackenzie, great fighter. I think she's the queen of jiu-jitsu. Anybody gets on the ground with her is going to be have a long night. I just like to see her get a little bit more comfortable on her feet, and understanding what's going on there. When she gets a little more comfortable there, I think she's going to be a
116,
force
the
to reckon with.
official weight for Mackenzie Dern.
That's the thing, though. She is comfortable on the feet. I know what you're saying, but like she likes to throw down. She's super aggressive. Mackenzie Dern's a lot of fun to watch.
Tough as nails.
Of course, on the ground, that's her big advantage. But she loves to just fight. I love her fighting spirit. I really do.
You know her from
almost
Perillo,
as
right?
much as that ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, through Perillo. Yeah.
Who took the napkins? You took
Michael
the
used all
napkins?
of them.
I
You use all the napkins?
I didn't know we were rationing the napkins.
I got food all over my face, and now we got beer coming.
There was ostensibly one for each of us.
What is going on?
Not thinking that.
I get lectured constantly. Bisping, you better not show up hungover. Then I come to work. They're forcing ice cream and beer down my throat.
There's nothing wrong with this show, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
right?
there's not.
This is different.
This is how I
All
live
right.
my life.
They want
Beer
a
and
little
ice
rapid
cream.
fire? We're going to give them a little rapid fire. Bobby,
Okay.
fast, quick, get
They don't
through
mess
this.
around.
Here we
Rápido.
go. All right, odds have the main event, for the most part, as a pick'em, to the surprise of some who feel that Volk isn't getting his due as the favorite in this fight. Fair or unfair that the betting line has this as basically a coin flip fight, or should Topuria be a bit of an underdog?
Fair, but only because of that age stat thing. Those betting guys love the stats. That's the only reason it's like that.
I'd say fair. It is a coin toss. Like, be honest, the kid's got power, and you don't know any second he can put somebody to sleep.
I didn't hear the question. I thought it was Bobby's question. But I'm
Okay,
gonna say
so it's basically a pick'em
fair.
in the main event. Is that fair, or is Volk being disrespected?
fair. Rapid fire.
Okay.
Fair.
All right. Good chime. Guys, I do have to tell you that there's a weigh-in clock right here. Why do we have that weigh-in clock? Because Marcos Rogério de Lima could still weigh in. His fight with Justin Tafa was called off because Tafa had an injury. However, they're looking for a late replacement, a 24-hour replacement to step in at heavyweight to potentially fight de Lima. And apparently the replacement is in the back talking with the commission right now and the matchmakers to see if this is going to go down. So we're certainly going to keep you posted on that. And apparently this is a countdown clock to let you know if it's going to happen or not. All right, rapid fire continues to a question number 2. Is Volk the clear featherweight GOAT, or is there still an argument for Max Geraldo?
To me, it's him. It is absolutely Alexander Volkanovski. He beat Max 3 times. The third time was ridiculous, and he beat Jose Aldo.
Sheesh, Max is my guy, and I hate
love
to
Max
say it.
too,
You know, I want to say Max is the greatest of all time, but he did lose.
3 times.
I guess I gotta give it to him. Volk is.
Can we put a bit of respect on the name of Jose Aldo, the king of Rio, the original featherweight king, the man that ruled the roost for a long time, the man that did it in his prime. When Volkanovski beat him, he was towards the end of his career. Do we forget about this? Do we forget about this, the king of Rio?
All right, here's the
Sheesh, you're right.
here's the potential heavyweight fight that we told you about. Marcos Rogério de Lima stepping to the scale as we
Let's
speak.
find out who the bonus fighter
Yeah, he's
is.
waiting to find out if he does have an opponent in this one.
He looks.
I'm excited about the bonus opponent. Let's see who's game. I want to see who's
This
game.
is exciting, guys.
Yeah, it's like
Edge
waiver,
of
open
your
a
seat.
gift or some shit.
Literally.
We don't literally, we don't have this kind of suspense generally
No.
in these weigh-ins.
Are we going to know anything about this other fighter that we can talk to?
The stickiness.
261
That's a
for
very
Marcos
Should walk him out
I've got
there.
sticky fingers from all this bloody ice cream.
They should walk him up and like cover it up and make it even more mysterious. And he comes out last
Like the
second.
Masked Singer. He comes out in a giant animal costume.
Here's the opponent. It's Junior Taffa.
There we go.
Oh, the brother.
Yes.
Yeah, the brother.
Was supposed to fight
Taffa,
Carl
gang.
Williams in March.
Oh, the twist. I love it.
Oh, that's
Oh, man,
crazy.
and I like Junior too. Junior's dope.
Yeah. Junior and Justin, right? They're wild guys.
He just beat
Yeah.
Parker Porter back in August.
He's Jake taking his brother's paycheck.
No, he's
He's
no,
taking
he's doing his
You
brother's
gotta
paycheck.
keep it in the family. I'll split it with you back at home.
They look a lot alike, too.
How about that?
And you know what? For Marcos Rogério de Lima, let's be honest, it doesn't change. The
No, they fight the
very
exact same
much.
way.
They fight exactly the same,
Yeah.
similar styles,
Now,
identical styles.
Justin always weighs in at the limit. And what does Junior usually weigh?
Hopefully under the limit.
He looks smaller than
He
Justin.
looks a little bit lighter, but he's been in camp. He's been training. He has that fight coming up in March.
Taffa gang, love it.
You know what? That's fantastic for
It
De
is.
Lima to go through an entire training camp and for it to fall off at the last second. I mean, that's just heartbreaking and so frustrating. Now he gets to fight, still gets the chance to earn.
And Junior was 255 when he weighed in for his last fight. So
And he gets
249.
and he doesn't get a chance
249,
to
the
style.
official weight for Junior Taffa.
It's not like he's going from a striker to a really good wrestler, right? So on paper, it's business as usual for De Lima and to Taffa. Congratulations.
Doesn't even
man.
have
Well
to learn a
done.
new name.
That's right.
I hope he got paid, to take it last minute like that. Hopefully he got paid and he could
Well,
pay the bills.
the fact he was in camp and has a fight coming up in about a month. I know you're not kind of perfectly peaking, but that makes a difference as opposed to not being in camp at all, right?
True, very true, very true.
That's awesome.
And if he wins in quick style, he can still fight in a month.
That's what I was going to. I'm like, if I could run
Double
both of you
bubble.
2 checks.
Call that a twofer.
2 checks?
Get a little two for one.
Double bubble.
All right, rapid fire. Question number 3. If Volk wins, who do you want to see him fight next?
If Volk wins, who do I want to see him fight next? I would like to see him stay at 45, but I don't think he's going to. So if he goes up to 55, the answer is anybody. There's so many fun fights for him up there.
I'd say I'd like to see him fight for the BMF belt. If he wins this
That would be
fight,
fun.
I just think, I'm sorry, no disrespect to Max. Max is one of my favorite guys, but I think it's just a bigger fight to have the featherweight champion fight the BMF champion.
The winner of the BMF. Yeah, I like that because obviously he's got a history with Max. If Max can beat Justin Gaethje, I think that reignites those conversations. And who doesn't want to see Volk versus Justin Gaethje? So yeah, I like that. I'm piggybacking.
That'd be good. All right, Topuria, if he wins, does he actually control who he fights next if he wins? Because he's already said no to Max, Yair, Ortega, no Volk rematch, right? Does he control that?
I think it'd be weird if he won and then immediately it's not going to happen, but Conor fighter. Like, you've got to do your work in your division when you're the new champ. Does he control it? No.
Who else is gonna fight? That's everybody. Who else is gonna fight?
I feel like he wants to fight Conor. But can you imagine if the winner of Yair and Ortega fought him, if he wins, in September, in the Sphere. How insane that would be.
That'd be
Two
awesome.
Spanish-speaking guys.
Look, listen, if he wins it and becomes the champion, more than likely there's going to be an immediate rematch with Volkanovski. That's certainly on the table as a discussion. As the champion, though, you do get a say in things. You know, it's not like the UFC have a gun to his head. He's the champion of the world, but he doesn't get to pick and choose. And I don't think Conor McGregor would even be interested, to be honest.
Yeah,
And
he's not
McGregor's
going
got
down
to
that
fight
weight.
Chandler.
What weight would that even be?
I
He's
don't
not going
know.
down that weight, yeah.
205.
Yeah, right.
20
He's not doing it.
never.
5th
20
of
never.
February.
20 never gonna happen.
Two are never going to happen. If
He'll be
Topuria-
waiting longer than Chandler.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's been a long time. If Topuria wins, does the UFC go to Spain for the first time before the end of 25?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I just want to make it happen.
Yeah, we got to keep opening up those markets and going to new places. So I think that we got to.
Yes, 100%. And I'm just officially putting in my request.
Yeah,
to
no,
get that event.
I was also doing that, Zach.
I'm European though. You're not European, so it makes sense.
I need the
half Dutch.
senoritas. Let's go.
Biggest thing Paulo Costa has to.
Dan, that's
What?
Karen's doing that show. You're not doing it.
Oh, is that right?
It's already been-
You've already heard?
Yeah.
Yeah, they said that in your ear?
just told me.
Yeah, they're just trying to get under my skin. I get it. Fair enough. All right. Biggest thing Paulo Costa has to overcome since he hasn't fought since August of 22.
Timing. I mean, I think whenever you're out for a long time, the biggest thing is timing and knowing how to throttle your energy. So those two things.
I'd say the biggest thing he's got to get over is a bottle of wine. You know, I'm just saying, like the kid's got power. Like Paulo's one of my guys. He's got power. He hits you. He can put you to sleep. Just chill out the night of and not overthink it too much.
The biggest thing that Paulo Costa has to overcome is none other than Robert the Reaper Whittaker. You can do everything perfect and still lose this fight.
Yeah.
He can take care of his demons, his weight, whatever you want to call it. He's coming back after 2 years away from the octagon and fighting one of the best to ever do it at 185 pounds. By far, it doesn't matter who you are. That's a tough test.
All right, that leads us to our next question. Biggest thing Whittaker has to overcome having lost to somebody other than Izzy for the first time in a decade.
I mean, just self-belief, but I think he has that in spades. I think we're going to get the most dangerous Robert Whittaker we've seen in a long time, because that's a man who doesn't like to lose and doesn't like to lose to guys I think that he feels like are technically inferior to him. And I'll say this, I think Robert Whittaker is a lot more dangerous now having lost to Dricus du Plessis. I wouldn't want to, I think he's better now.
I agree. Like when you have to go through those ups and downs, I think that he's got that new spark. You know, that hey, like I look at it more like a man who's on his last. You know, when you have that person that you put into a corner, they usually come out better fighting. You know, and I think that Robert's in a corner.
Do you feel like you're backed into a corner when they hand you a glass of red and tell you have to chug it? Because that's what I feel like right now.
Is that what this is?
It's a chugging contest of red wine.
A chugging contest.
The biggest
Wine?
thing
Yeah.
well, Robert Whittaker has to overcome.
Well, in honor of Paulo Costa and Ilya Topuria, who, by the way, was drinking wine last night before the weigh-in as
He
part of his
never
weight cut.
The inner demons.
Did he say he had like a half a liter?
A man that knows, you just ignore.
Yeah, Bisping never got
Was it a half a liter?
Don't drink yet. It's a contest.
What kind of wine is
Who could drink a half a liter?
It didn't have a cork. It was twist off. That's all.
It's
you
like
gotta
a
know.
half a liter,
It's
like-
that quality. All right.
Sheesh.
It's nice.
Here we go.
What are we doing?
We're gonna chug it at the count of 3. All right.
How can we? Whoa!
Hey, I think somebody should cheat over. Watch
I
that
like how he
guy.
has a stance. He has a chugging stance.
Can I pour some of mine into Bisping's cup? Because what do you weigh? 220?
Sorry, you're not Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. You don't get to break the rules. All right. You have to actually follow along. All right. Here we go. 1.
Hey! Come on! Come on!
Good God.
I told you, this guy, you gotta watch this guy.
1, 2, 3. Good God.
Yeah!
Wow.
You suck!
I have a
This guy
podcast
cheated.
to do.
Wow, that was
Bisping
horrible.
inhaled that.
Wow, that was horrible.
You earned that belt.
Listen, I knew one day being a
I
drunk
got wine in my
together would
nose.
pay off.
No,
I
dude,
got wine in my
it's
nose.
incredible. Nobody swallows better than Bisping.
Pause.
I will happily hand this to you because I didn't even want to try. I wasn't even trying on that one.
Yeah, well, aren't you just so cool? Don't be raw. Don't be bitter. You know.
That
you go,
wine was
champ.
bitter.
There it is. Been a while, guys. Been a while.
All right,
Jeez Louise,
we got to go
that's
back to
loud in
rapid
my ear.
fire
Beer
now that
and
we all
wine and ice cream. This is great, guys.
a little bit of a
Oh,
buzz
I
going.
know. Beer, wine, ice cream. I had a little muffin before as well.
Do you know how long
I'm supposed to be taking my wife out for lunch?
A crumpet.
Do you know how long it took you to drink that?
Oh, come on.
0.28 seconds. They just counted it in the truck.
0.28 seconds. See, that's
I
what
think
a
he
real
was
man
cheating.
does.
This guy's been
insane.
cheating all day. The cards have been marked,
Bobby.
and some more.
See, I'm already feeling it, and I had maybe half an inch. You drink a glass of wine with Rebecca lying in bed every night, and I don't.
enjoy the finer things in life.
Yes, you do.
You know.
Yes, you do. Bobby, what I was going to say was, if you were sitting next to DC, it would be 10 times as bad. Bisping's just messing around. DC's a full-fledged cheater.
Yeah.
Like, that's what he does.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't
trying.
He
There
tries
you go.
a lot.
Back to rapid fire. Who's a better MMA wrestler, Merab or Henry?
Oh, that's a great question. I'm gonna go with Henry because he's got better top control. I mean, that's you could dice that in a million different ways.
But Merab's so sticky.
I'd say I'm gonna give it to Merab. I would say the guy who does it more, who's known more for it. Like, that's what he's doing every time. Setting the records. Like, Henry's trying some other things, and he's trying to do the kicking thing, or he's trying the punching thing more. Merab say, I'm in this area, and this is where I'm staying at.
You are correct in what you say there, but when Henry's trying to do the punching thing or the kicking thing, that doesn't necessarily take away his ability of mixed martial arts wrestling. I think you're all sleeping on Henry Cejudo. You're forgetting what this guy accomplished. And just because he lost to Aljamain Sterling in stunning fashion by a vicious right hand, talking about Sean O'Malley, the wine's clearly going to my head. Right? Put some respect on his name, Henry Cejudo.
Well, so Cejudo says he might retire if he loses to Merab. Does that concern you at all going into this fight about his mindset?
No, I think Henry likes to have pressure. I think he's the type of guy who likes to have some pressure on him, and that's not going to change him at all.
I think it's just another cringy move, you know. He's going to say, psych, some cringy move. The king of cringe strikes again.
No, I think it's absolutely perfect. I think he's actually being very serious. He's had such a decorated athletic career in combat sports, and once again he's coming here to do something big. And if he can't beat Merab Dvalishvili, his own pride will not allow him to be somebody that's just mid-card making up the numbers. He's here to be a champion, and you have to respect that. And I like the fact he's putting it out there and putting that insane pressure on himself.
Fact or fiction? Ian Machado Gary breaks into the top 5 in the welterweight division in his career.
Oh, fact. I think he's well on his way. He is a tremendously talented young man, and I just have to say that the mixture of ice cream and beer and wine is not great in my stomach right now. And it is hitting me.
I'd say fact too. The kid's got a little bit of everything. He's got style. He's got. This is something like. I watched a few of his fights just last night, and when it really gets going, he's game. Where he's not the guy, the pretty boy who, when it gets tough, he's gonna quit. I think he's gonna be in it for a long run, so I could see him being in top 5.
It all depends on this fight, right? If he can beat Jeff Neal, then that proves that he has what it takes to maybe even be a champion one day. Not that I'm saying Jeff Neal's the benchmark.
That's a big test.
But it's a big test. And when you look at some of the performances that Neal's had, Ian Gary's had, they're very impressive. But also look at the fight against Song Kenan. Song Kenan wobbled him real good. If Song Kenan can wobble him, make no mistake, so can Jeff Neal. I'll say yes to give you an answer, but...
Because they said in his career. I mean, not like tomorrow, but yeah.
He's about 7 years old. Oh, sorry, that's how he acts.
I just feel like the story writers are gonna write him right there. You know, he's the next Conor. They're kind of hitting towards. You know, hinting at. I think he could do it.
All right. We have a couple former champions on this card, right? You have Robert Whittaker. You have Henry Cejudo. Whittaker said he wants to get back into the title mix. Are you okay? No.
That stomach's over there bubbling.
What's going on?
And then y'all made us chug chug it.
So buzzed right now.
Do you need to excuse yourself for a moment?
You didn't even
I weigh
drink
118 pounds and I never drink, and you guys pump me full of alcohol on the show.
I'm not gonna try to
And
lie.
you expect me to say smart things.
No, but do not. You did this on one show. Do not fart. Do
Oh,
not
my
fart
God,
right
you
now.
farted, bro.
She farted on a show.
I did not fart. I burped.
I feel like a woman burping is equivalent to a man farting.
In what way?
Just the pure disgustingness of it.
Well, I did just a second
As a
ago.
lady,
The mouth
you shouldn't
kind.
be burping.
Mouth fart.
Okay? You
okay?
shouldn't. It's like me going and
No,
just
it's not.
farting away. Well, because, yeah, it is.
I can't shut my mic off. I mouth farted. Call it that if you want to.
All right.
Whatever.
Mouth farting.
No
I
more,
just hope I can't smell it.
No
That
more
sounds
mouth
gross.
farts. All right, 3 former champions, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Who could regain their belt. I'm going to start with this one. Brandon Moreno, coming off that split decision loss to Pantoja. It was a split decision, right? How great would that be? If we talk about the Sphere event, if Moreno goes into that with a shot at the belt. Sean
More
Strickland.
things to throw up with.
Sean Strickland, split decision loss to Drakus. Strickland. And then Jamal Hill, assuming he comes back fully healthy, he had to relinquish the belt. He was the champ, right, because of injury. So those are my 3. Bisping, let's go to you.
Yeah, it's not too far away from yours. I think Israel Adesanya, right? He got beaten off Sean Strickland, but he defended the belt so many times. He's definitely in the running for being a champion again. I agree with Brandon Moreno. Brandon Moreno's phenomenal, still very young, still at the top of the food chain. And here's another one, Yuri Prochazka. Yuri Prochazka is an incredible fighter, the samurai man himself. Made a couple of mistakes against Alex Pereira, but he was doing pretty good.
Up until then.
Yuri Prochazka is still got a good shot.
All right, Senko, are you going to be able to handle this? Do you want me to walk you through? Do you want me to read your list?
I just have the giggles.
I'd
I
like
feel
some
I'm
more wine.
Living in a world that you are not.
You're still drinking. I mean, you're
It's-
polishing off the glass.
Israel Adesanya, obviously. Valentina Shevchenko. She went to a draw her last
Obviously.
time out. And Brandon Moreno, because flyweight is just like that, guys. It'd be like that.
It'd just be like that.
Just be like that.
Okay.
All right, Bobby.
I'd say my list, I would say Kamaru Usman. Kamaru Usman, the greatest, one of the greatest welterweights ever. I still see him in the league. He fought Chimaev on short notice and still looked great. I could see him being a champ again. So I got to give it to Kamaru. I thought nobody else was going to say Valentina. I thought that was the ace in the hole. Valentina's the
It's
bullet.
an obvious
She's
choice,
the bullet.
isn't it?
You know,
It really
she's not going nowhere anytime soon. I can see her being the champ again.
That's a good one, Bobby.
And my last one, Max. Max may not get it at the time that Volk's here, but he's like, I don't care what you do, I'm gonna get a title either way. If that means I gotta go get it from the BMF, or I'm gonna get me another title. So Max Holloway.
All right, Bobby. Well, Senko said she doesn't feel great right now. This is what she really feels like. Look at that. Oh, God.
I know I got the bubblies over here, bro. The bubblies.
That's pretty funny.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, God.
Top me up.
They gave her some dairy.
Look at that.
And then they shoved the warm wine down us. And now we got boiling eggs that go in here just to top it off.
Don't be fooled. Our producers are very smart humans. There is a method to their madness.
Sheesh,
I don't think you have to eat the eggs. That's just part of the
I'm
game.
regretting the ice cream. I've been doing a good job on my diet all week, and I just had 2 ice cream tacos.
Not only did you inhaled them.
You ate 2?
You destroyed them.
And
then
you
you spilled it all over
a
the
glass
floor.
of wine in less than half a second.
And a muffin.
And a muffin, a breakfast. I saw you eat that.
Yeah, it was good though. Anyway, Daniel.
Do you guys want to know what's going on with the
I
eggs
would
here?
love to.
You got my attention.
All right,
not be
we're
eating.
not having an egg eating contest. We have a lot of fighters with a lot to prove on Saturday night, but some people have cracks. What was that?
Let it loose. Let it loose, girl.
Yes. Come on, Michael.
I can't cover my mic. I don't, there's no button. I'm not on.
All right, so the game we have is cracking the shell.
What you gonna do?
Oh my God. Or hard boiled, right? I'm gonna name a fighter, and you're gonna tell me if there's a crack in the shell or they're hard boiled. They're good to go. All right?
Okay. Let's do it.
So we have.
So this is hard boiled, and that's a crack in the shell.
Yeah.
Even though
Okay.
it's in a shell. Right.
Okay, so we're gonna start with Volk, and we're gonna start with Senko.
Okay.
Hard boiled.
Now.
Crack in the shell.
Now.
What?
You can't just go hard boiled to everyone.
No, you cannot.
You gotta play the game.
Who would want to go hard boiled? You got to eat them. Like, I
you
don't
have to eat
want
'em.
to. I want to go hard boiled on all of them.
But what?
Volk.
Vulcan, what just in general?
No, is there a crack in the shell? Does
No.
Volk have a crack? He's 35 years old. Guys in the lower weight
He's
classes.
hard as fuck, guys.
Oh wow. Whoa. Wow, that bounced.
Yeah, I know. Okay, is he hard as shell? Is he cracked? He's been going through some mental problems right now, and then he had the knockout. It just seems like it's, I don't know. He's done. Let's go.
Wow. Jeez Louise. I mean, it's pretty
It reminds
simple.
me of that 80s commercial, this is your brain. This is your brain on drugs.
Overcooked.
It's hard
No,
boiled.
it's hard boiled. Volk's fine. Okay, he stepped up a weight class to 155 on 2 weeks' notice.
Very
Got
true.
caught when he had a full camp. It was almost
Different
a 50-50
story, yeah, true.
fight. It could have gone either way.
And nobody talks about that, by the way, the first fight with Islam.
It's just
I
wins and
talk about
losses.
it
They don't care about none of
constantly.
that. It's just wins and losses.
Volkanovski does not have any cracks in any shell. There is no chinks in the armor. He's good to go.
I agree. How about Robert Whittaker? Hard-boiled, or do we see a crack in the shell after that loss to Drakus?
Man, it's hard.
Oh, everybody's hard-boiled. Why?
Who else do we have on the list?
I just think mentally you're going to see a better Robert Whittaker.
Right.
I'm going to slow down my
Listen,
speech.
Robert Whittaker terrified me this afternoon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Boom. He's always bouncing.
He's
I hope his
bouncing.
head doesn't bounce like that off the canvas. But I like Rob.
Bobby?
Guys, I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
He
But
doesn't
I just feel
the
like
Aussies.
certain fighters, after you, I felt like he thought he was gonna win against Drakus. And once Drakus shut him down like that and knocked him out and finished him,
Yeah.
he's a bum!
But he learned!
He's a bum!
He's
Don't kill me, Rob. Don't kill me, Rob.
No more wine for Bobby.
You're cracking everybody. All right, Paulo Costa. Hard-boiled,
He's a
cracking the shell.
bum!
I don't, Paulo, I'm sorry. He's a little unprofessional at times, cracking the shell. I think that the time away is going to be a problem, especially against Robert Whittaker.
I almost made a big mistake.
What?
I thought those were hard-boiled.
Were you going to eat one?
No, I was going to smash one on my head, and I'm so
yeah, you'd have
glad
been a
that
jack,
I didn't.
yeah.
I'm not.
I look like a dickhead.
You won't do
You would have been a
that.
bloke.
But
Just do it.
what's the
scared?
question?
Paulo Costa.
Paulo Costa's out of his goddamn mind, and I love it.
Gaston?
These
Garçon?
are these.
Garçon.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see. Can you do it? Oh Jesus.
No.
Oh, shit.
I can't.
Who wants
All
to
right.
clean that?
There's crack
there
in the
we
shell.
go.
Oh, we got fresh eggs.
There's
RJ
a crack
restocking.
in the shell of Paulo Costa. Is that boiled eggs out of a bag?
That is
that's why you don't like 'em.
hard-boiled eggs.
Out of a
Bobby.
bag.
Out of a, well, I cooked
Paulo
them at home.
Costa.
I put them in a bag.
Bobby, what's your answer, buddy?
Which one is it? Which side are we on this one? Let me fill it out. Let me fill it. I gotta fill this one. I don't know. He's been missing for a long time. He was supposed to fight Jemiah. Had a whole elbow situation. She still tried to do the fight, but it didn't fall through. It's been too long. He's a bum!
I love the way.
Let's go!
He's a bum.
He's a bum! Get him out of here!
I'm doing it.
Bobby's
Laura
killing
Sanko,
everybody.
stop downing the wine.
Would you like some?
I would. Where's my glass? Shit.
We ain't doing shit else. Give me some wine too. We ain't doing shit else.
Let's do it.
Hey.
And the name of Paulo Costa.
That's fine. I'll just take the ball. Get off. That's mine.
wow.
And the name of Paulo Costa. Shoot us him over here, though, homie.
Come on, dog.
There we go. There we
You
go.
got this, bro.
Yeah, that's good. That's
Thanks
good. There
for
we
dressing
go.
up for the show today.
Jesus
that.
Christ, you've taken most
I
of it.
emailed Zach and I said, is it cool if I wear Kansas City Chiefs gear? Right? Yeah. You have a problem with my
Guys,
outfit?
we're mid-game.
I mean, you
We're
know,
live on
I
YouTube.
do, man.
Subscribe and ring
I'm
the
a
bell.
49er fan, and right now we were a little hurt right now.
I'm sorry, Bob.
If I do something to myself, it's gonna be on you. You brought that
Jesus.
uniform today. You just keep reminding me about the past.
I'm sorry.
By the way, we have one more question left, and it's Henry Cejudo, the king of cringe. Is he
He's a bum!
hard-boiled, or is there a crack in the shell, Sanko?
Man, I'm gonna have so many motherfuckers on my head after this shit.
Okay. I'm not going to yell at that because that's so aggressive.
I know. I'm
But
gonna have so many motherfuckers.
There's a
Do
little,
it.
there's a
Do
small,
it. Just
smidget?
say it.
A smidget?
Laura,
just
say
a
it.
little-
Laura, just say it.
Only because he's 30.
Dude, but just say it.
Only because he's 37.
I know, but
I'm 37.
It's
Hold
a-
on.
and a-
Say
I
it.
feel offended.
And it's a lower. I'm 41. I'm offended by that. It's a lower weight class.
Is
Cringy.
bum.
I'm not going to say.
Bum.
All
Okay.
right, Bobby, Henry Cejudo.
So he came back since he came back, oh shit, shit.
I just love the way that. Okay. So here we go.
Oh shit,
he's a bomb.
Okay. He came back, and he reinvented himself as the king of cringe. He lost to Aljo. I thought he said he was gonna retire after the Aljo bullshit, but I'm going again. He's a bum. Keep it going. Bum City today. Let's go.
So
Michael. Oh my God! Right out of the barefoot bottle.
Listen, let's get straight to the point.
Is there a crack in the shell with the king of cringe?
Cejudo.
Yeah.
Cejudo.
Henry Cejudo.
Hey.
Oh, wow.
I would have did all that, but I wouldn't fuck my rings up.
That's his career.
Wow.
Done.
Gotcha.
Wow. That was dramatic.
You think he's gonna retire and be done?
That got very dark. Would you like a hand wipe?
All right, guys, it's a staple of the weigh-in show, has been from day one. It is a rent-free moment, the moment regarding one fighter on this card that has kind of danced in your head ever since you saw it. Bisping, let's start with you. Rent-free moment from one fighter on this card.
Yeah, so obviously Anthony Fluffy Hernandez is on this card. He's kind of flying under the radar a little bit with all the star power that we have. But this right here, I couldn't believe this against Rodolfo Vieira, a man that has been a jiu-jitsu world champion so many times. When I saw this matchup on paper, I thought Fluffy is getting thrown to the dogs. Not only does he beats him on his own game.
That was so crazy. That was so crazy. However, the moment I will never, ever, ever forget is this. It is Volkanovski, third round, surviving 17 seconds of a fully
Look at that shake.
guillotine from Brian Ortega.
That was a good one.
Crazy to be able to get out of that. That is seared into my brain, y'all.
Okay. That's not bad at all. I'd say for me, the Neil fight, once he fought Shakov, this was an absolute war. They went to the end. Every shot in here is hard. They just went and look at this. Blood, still, you know what I mean? This is the test of who's a true champion right here. Who's gonna quit and give. That's the guy right there.
We learned Shavkat had a chin in that one.
Yeah, that was a balls to the wall fight. All right, this was Charlotte last May. I was there. Ian Gary, Daniel Rodriguez gets that head kick to take him to the ground, and then he follows it up with a little ground and pound. That was on ABC, kind of a coming out moment for Ian. Came on the set, was great in the post-fight show, was very dapper in the outfit. So that was kind of his welcome to the big-time moment, I felt.
Merab Dvalishvili, you think what he does in the cage is crazy. Wait till you see this video.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, let me just take a little dip in this frozen lake. Let me just jump head first into a frozen lake. Oh, maybe it'll break, it'll be fine. Oh, wait, I jumped head first into a frozen lake.
Would you do that?
He is insane. He is unbreakable. He cannot be finished. He cannot be ended. He cannot be phased.
Bleeding everywhere.
He's a human bulletproof vest with cardio. And then he laughs it off in freezing cold weather. You think Henry Cejudo can break what a frozen lake can't?
Staples in the
Then he got his head stapled.
He's insane. God bless him.
That is ridiculous.
He cracked this shit, bro. He hit this shit hard.
All right, guys, as you know, we're just a few miles away from Michael Bisping's mansion. We are also just a few miles away from Disneyland here in Anaheim. UFC full of tough guys, but we wanted to test their knowledge about Disney and see what they knew. Check it out.
What is your favorite Disney movie?
It's the Aristocrats, a Disney movie?
It is.
With the Aristocrats.
Ooh. Dude, can I get a top 5?
There's so many. Which one have I cried over the most?
Little Mermaid.
Peter Pan.
Pocahontas. Is that my favorite one? That's the one I remember. It can't be my favorite Disney movie.
Aladdin.
My favorite Disney movie is The Lion King.
The Lion King.
The Lion King.
The Lion King.
It's between Aladdin and The Lion King, the originals.
Robin Hood.
My favorite Disney movie would have to be Tangled.
I'll have to say Finding Nemo. Jungle Book.
I can't say Frozen. I've never even seen it.
My favorite Disney movie is
Frozen, Pirates of Caribbean.
Treasure Planet, which I know is kind of slept on.
Inside Out.
Emperor's New Groove, and just because with the llama, Cusco's vibes, just legit, you know what I mean?
The Incredibles. Hercules, I'm sorry, Hercules, that has to be Disney.
Number 5 will be Lilo and Stitch.
Disney trivia time. You guys ready?
No.
No,
All right.
I am
Well,
not.
This is gonna shock you.
We're going anyway.
I'm not a Disney expert.
What year did Disneyland open? Closest answer wins. What year? Disneyland. Been around a long time.
Shit.
Walt Disney.
I've been to Disneyland probably one time in my life. Jeez, this is
What year did Disneyland open? Are you still looking for your pen, Bobby? You good?
Michael, you live here. I feel like you should know everything.
I'm gonna say some random ass.
It's hard. I live pretty close by, and I don't really know either. 1962 says Bisping. You say 1960.
I got 1963.
The answer is 1955. Senko's the closest.
Oh, shit.
It's a miracle.
It's been up that long?
Yeah, but I drew a mouse.
You did. That was cute. Who are the two primary characters, or primary toys rather, in Toy Story? They are voiced by Tom Hanks and Tim Allen. Two primary toys.
Come on now.
Easy peasy.
Ah.
Oh, it's so easy.
Wine brain.
You don't know? Come on, guys.
I think I even know this one.
Tom.
Three.
They are voiced by Tom Hanks and Tim Allen.
To infinity.
Just making sure I'm on it.
All right, what are their names? Flip them over. Woody and Buzz.
I put Andy.
Andy.
Senko's wrong?
You know what I mean?
Okay, guys, name at least 4 of the 7 dwarves from Snow White. Name at least 4 of the 7 dwarves from Snow White. Not to be confused with reindeer. These are dwarves. 4 of 7. Here we go.
Michael.
Let's see. Bobby, you ready? We're turning them in 2 seconds.
Jeez.
Flip it. All right.
Smokey?
Bashful.
Doc, grumpy, happy, sleepy, bashful, sneezy, or dopey?
Okay, I got some there.
Stumpy.
I
Stumpy.
got
Sleepy, grumpy, stumpy, lumpy.
Stumpy's out.
Okay.
Sounds like my wife. Sleepy, grumpy, stumpy, and lumpy.
God.
Sorry, babe.
I got Sleepy,
I hope she is
Smoky,
not watching.
and that guy that does the happy shit.
Sleepy.
I don't think anybody got that one.
Grumpy,
I did.
Stumpy, and
You got-
lumpy.
oh, yeah.
Yes.
Stumpy and lumpy.
I'm positive
All
that I
right,
did.
Wino.
I could have sworn there was a Smoky.
How many fingers?
the bandit.
Maybe that's Sleepy then.
How many fingers does Mickey Mouse have? How many fingers does Mickey Mouse have?
He's a weirdo.
I mean, I
How many does
got,
Tom Aspinall have? That's the question.
he got like 3 or he got like.
He's lost. Stay away.
Thumb counts as a finger, by the way.
Yeah.
How many digits on the hand? 2, 3, and 3. You're all wrong. It's 4. 3 fingers and a thumb. Who serves as Pinocchio's conscience? Who serves as Pinocchio's conscience?
Right back to you, silly little hexagon!
Pinocchio's conscience?
Yeah. All right, flip him in 3, 2, 1.
Isn't it a little cricket guy?
Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah, the little cricket
I
guy, yeah.
wrote Jiminy.
Well, it doesn't matter.
What was the first Pixar
What'd
movie?
you say, little
Pardon
Florida
me?
boy?
What was the
First
first
Pixar movie. Yeah, Pixar.
What this is? That's with the lamp, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. I thought it was that, or I thought it was that Wall-E shit.
All right, flip him. The answer is Toy Story.
Really?
Michael cheated. You don't get it.
I didn't cheat.
Bobby gets it.
Let's
All right,
go.
in what movie do they say fish are friends, not food?
Oh, easy.
Fish are friends, not food.
Fish are friends and food.
Take off, please.
See, I didn't
This
cheat.
game is
I've already
less than
written my
I
answer. I'm getting disqualified for cheating. I only have one eye, so I have to look like that.
How many
to
times
see.
are we? How many times
No,
are we
it's
gonna
true.
use that?
Still
Really?
cheating.
I don't see past here, so when I do that, they think I'm looking. This eye doesn't
So
even
you're just looking
work.
over there? Looking over yonder? Finding Nemo is the answer.
Let's go. Laura, you're going down.
Ah, Jesus.
I got it.
I know. I got to take you out.
I'm way behind here. What am I on?
Quasimodo
I'm on three.
was the bell ringer for which famous cathedral? Quasimodo was the bell ringer for which famous cathedral?
Do I get a point for pronouncing this correctly?
Oh, I could also pronounce it correctly.
Yeah, because
Thank you
you
very
guys
much.
don't. I'm sorry. You guys do
I'm
not
Michael
say it
Bisping. I
correct.
studied French because I'm from England.
No, but you guys say it
I grew
really
up
bad
studying
words.
French.
All right, turn it over.
Notre Dame.
I just said some bell tower.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Some bell tower somewhere.
You don't go to Notre Dame. You go to Notre Dame.
What kind of insect is Flick in A Bug's Life? What kind of insect is Flick in A Bug's Life?
Flick. I want to try to think of Flick.
Buzzing like a bee.
An ant. Oh, Bobby and Senko going down to the wire.
Let's go.
Like a flea.
I got to take her out.
Bobby, do it, bud.
She's
Good
still
thing
up
this
by
doesn't
one.
involve hand-eye
She has
coordination
marked
because I would be.
cards.
Come on, Bobs.
All right, what does Hakuna Matata mean? Hakuna Matata.
Come on, I got this one. Hakuna Matata.
We're gonna make them
Don't
pay
that song
money.
come in your head or
Yes,
something?
What a wonderful phrase.
Let's
It
turn 'em.
means no worries.
Nice, nice. What is the name of Sleeping Beauty's prince? Sleeping Beauty's prince.
Oh, Laura gonna know this one. She was been dreaming about her prince.
What?
Jeez.
That's Sleeping Beauty predates me. What?
What?
So she doesn't know it, Bobby. If you get this, you're gonna tie her up. Bisping might know this.
I'm guessing
Well-
this one.
All right, let's flip them.
I said fill up. He was supposed to fill her up.
I just want to say that.
We have a tie.
Let's go. Let's go.
Here's the tiebreaker.
Jeez, Bobby.
Who voiced the genie in the original Aladdin? Who voiced the genie in the original Aladdin?
Oh, he's dead.
That's nice. That's a great way to commemorate.
What? Oh,
It's never laughing matter.
Flip them. The answer is Robin Williams. Robin. We have a tie.
guess we're just gonna have to fight, guys.
Guess I'll just go home.
I don't know. You're pretty good at that. I might
No,
lose.
it's okay.
All right, bonus question.
A lot of research to do. Tittle
The person who voiced Aladdin was on a very famous TV sitcom in the 90s.
Yeah.
His name was Steve on the show.
Yeah.
Steve on the
What
show?
was the name of the show? Write it down. What was the name of the show?
I'm just playing for fun.
I have no idea.
Before your time. Turn him.
Ah!
Full house.
Mork and Mindy.
Let's go.
That's
Why did I have Mork and Mindy?
Who gave
I thought
that
we
to
were still
him?
talking about Robin Williams. That's the 7. Oh, Bobby.
Bobby, take over the belt, my man.
Let's go. Where's Dana when I need him? Dana, go put the belt on your boy. You want to touch that? No, you can't.
Oh, your mic's on the ground, Bobby. Grab that.
I've got 2 at home.
There we go.
Oh, you dick. Oh, you dick.
It's okay.
Maybe you should make him spin for that.
You want to do your celebration? Your Bobby Green celebration?
Oh, there we go. Good thing it's not COVID.
Oh, God.
You better get out of the way.
Yeah.
You better get out of the way.
Oh, it's still in the air. Look at that go.
Yes, let's go.
It's around.
Impressive.
Let's take another look at that.
Oh.
Look at Mike. Mike, they got her so fast.
The concern.
You got out of the way just in
That
time.
mother moved quick. I ain't never seen you move that fast, Mike.
What is this?
Oh, yeah.
I ain't never
Oh,
seen
yeah.
you move that fast.
Oh, I got it, bro.
He can move when he needs to move. All right, so Bob, you got
Stand up, please.
you got Jim Miller
Oh,
coming up at UFC 300. What's your mindset going into this? I mean, this is a guy who has been around seemingly forever, since the beginning of time.
Yeah, Jim, good guy. You know, good dude. He's been in the sport, legend. You know, been around. Same here with me. So I
Cheers.
think it's just going to be. My mindset is, This is the fourth time we're supposed to fight each other, brother.
The fourth time?
You can't shake them. They're gonna be
And
like
I can
that.
explain all of the different things that happen and why, but I just feel like this is God trying to show me something. And the question is, why didn't it happen the 3 other times? And what is God trying to tell us in this meeting? Like maybe it wasn't supposed to happen, or maybe now it's supposed to happen on the biggest stage, on the biggest card of the year.
But Jim Miller, though, it's weird because he looks like he's just getting better and better, even though he's been around so long. The miles on the clock.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you got nothing but respect for Jim, though, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Everybody
so
loves Jim. You almost got me. Have actually got my skin there, brother.
Why are there two literally?
Shock me.
All right, so we're playing a.
Look like you got one on your nipple.
Listen, I'll be
don't pinch
honest.
my nipple.
When we agreed
Why
to
do
fee
you
for this
both?
show, it's not enough.
It's strategic.
I had no idea.
All right, so this is
Here we
something
go.
you've probably seen on TikTok. It's the clothespin shake. We're all gonna get 15 clothespins on our clothes.
It's a low-budget Hellraiser.
Yeah, look at this. You gotta try to shake them off. Can't use your hands or feet to knock them off.
Okay.
This is how it's played.
That girl in the red, she's doing the twist.
Why do you
do the twist?
And so whoever gets the most off in 1 minute wins.
Now,
Yeah.
we're allowed to use our brain.
Use your what? Your brain?
You can't use other objects. You can't rub it on the table. You have to stand
Yeah.
there like a man.
Okay.
Oh, feet have to be planted.
Plant my feet.
Go towards your seat. Stand in front of your seat.
I don't know. You guys didn't check Mike for any extra tools or weapons. This
Right.
guy's.
Only
gotta keep
actually
an eye
tool
on
I've got
this
is
guy.
that, brother. Oh, get a close-up on that bad boy. Come on. Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna Harlem shake
All
out
right,
of this.
so we're not gonna get them all off. It's just whoever gets the most. All right?
Oh,
Oh,
who was
look.
that? Who was that?
That was me.
Pick it up, Miles. More. Miles, you're counting them, and I'll count.
Wherever Miles is gonna put this motherfucker.
There you go.
Yeah, you put it somewhere. Then no cheat. You're like, you get a good spot. Harlem shake all over you.
You're a little I can't do it.
Get off me.
Leaving me. Go on, Bobby.
I'm done.
I just
my
can't
coffee.
do it at 45. I'm sorry.
I didn't give up. You didn't give him at a 2. You didn't give him at these.
I'm gonna give it a wheel.
No,
Go on,
come on.
go.
RJ, put
You
him
can
on
do it.
so
There's 3
tight.
more. 4 more.
I done lost my mic and still my mic done went off my
Very-
hands.
You're not committing. That's it. More.
Is that what it is?
Come on, Dan.
Tight.
Come on, coach.
Dan, this is your big moment.
I'm out of breath.
Go for
He
it.
can grab your shirt. He can grab your shirt.
Come on, Dan.
You can grab your shirt.
Let's go, Laura.
You're almost done.
You can
I'm
do
so
it.
tired.
Like 2 more. 3 more, Laura.
More wine.
I think I got y'all beat.
That you won, Laura. Oh no.
What are you doing?
Shit.
Call me a bad sport. I'm sorry.
Get off. Ah.
Come on me.
No.
You.
I got him on back.
You did it, Laura.
Dominated.
You did it.
Challenge that Laura won.
Johnny got me
There
out.
shouldn't be a belt awarded for that.
Look at
That
No,
game
there
was
shouldn't.
dumb.
No, there should be. You should be
got me
whipped
sweating.
with a belt.
Bobby, great. Bobby,
Sheesh.
Then he did.
Bobby did
did
too?
you put that belt on me, Bobby?
What?
Belt me, Bobby.
What?
Belt me, Bobby.
Psych! I'm out of here.
No, sir. Belt me, Bobby.
Sheesh.
I'm tired.
I'm doing
I
Dana.
You're doing the
bet you
Dana
are.
job right
Dana
now, Bobby.
done got 2 shades darker. He always
I
gets
just
back
couldn't do
here
it.
and he takes 5 hours to do the belt. Like, Dana, what are you doing back there? He's like, I'm trying to get the belt. I'm trying to get it.
That was incredible.
Bobby Green. How about that? First appearance on the
Let's
way.
go.
Let's go, Bobby.
Yeah, thank y'all for having me.
Bobby, best
Let's
of luck.
go. Thank y'all for having
UFC
me.
300, Jim Miller coming up. Thanks for joining us, man.
Appreciate you, brother.
This was
Thank
fun.
you so much. Thank you
This
so
was
much.
fun. You did a great
My
job.
man.
Kept Bisping in check.
Come here,
In
Laura.
check.
Come here,
Gave the
champ.
belt to the chick, Laura Senko. And you're going out. You're ending another show
Do me
as
a
the
favor,
champion.
take this off.
Oh, shit, yeah,
gosh.
you know.
There we go.
Do I still have these on? Senko, help
You
me.
do.
Help a man.
Yeah, you literally didn't get any of them off.
Yeah, you
tried.
didn't do good.
Well,
And she won?
yeah.
Who was counting?
Watch this,
Yeah,
Bobby.
they counted. Heck of a show, huh? Bobby, did you have fun?
It was awesome, brother. It was awesome.
I have to go do a podcast. I don't know if I can talk.
Oh, there she is.
Look at that. Follow me.
Man.
Senko drunk on ice cream and wine. 0.28 seconds, they told me.
Yeah, I was wondering what the
See,
technique
that's what
was
I
that he did that with.
He's a bum!
He's a bum! That was hilarious.
King.
Holy crap.
He's a bum!
Bisping couldn't keep that wine down. How did you get those off, dude?
How did you thrusting
I
away?
was power thumping.
And once again, she ends as the champion. That is it, everybody.
What are you looking at, Dan? What is that?
I was looking at Bobby. He was very
What
close.
was that?